What's up, sports fans? It's your man V back. Speak your mind sports talk. All right, check it out. My man Zaro's 2 times first in the building. What's good, Zaro's? Carlos Mendoza, what's good with you? Yeah, this should be quite fun, especially if we can get some of these Wilder lovers in here. It's going to be really fun. I got one guy in particular. I'm hoping he shows up. It's my guy. It's my boy. Pretty sure he might show up, and I hope he does. You know what I mean? But anyway, uh, appreciate y'all coming through. Look, man, it's real simple. The foolery. I know how I am. I always attack the foolery. And these Wilder fans are coming out with the foolery again. So I just thought it appropriate. Damn, bro, you still mad? And just go for him and his fans, right? Come on, y'all, crawl up from under this rock that y'all been hiding, because ain't nobody heard nothing about Wilder. Ain't nobody heard too much from his fans. So y'all crawl up under this rock with the foolery. Now all of a sudden, you got people coming over here attacking me about what I got to say about Wilder. But here's the thing. I want to know just how the hell can someone defend this? How can this be defended? Now you got a guy, Deontay Wilder. You got a guy named Tyson Fury, who's running all around asking you where you are, come out the woodworks. Nobody hears nothing from you. Tyson Fury, the man who beat your ass, is all around in the media calling you out. You hidden up under your rock. You in the cave, wherever you at. Your fans ain't saying nothing but Tyson Fury cheated. That's the only thing you hear. Nobody hear nothing about Wilder. Right? Now Dillian Whyte news, and all of a sudden you resurface. All of a sudden you got something to say when Dillian Whyte lose. But here's my thoughts on it. All of these people who support Wilder, he's the man. He's got all the balls and the courage and all of this, right? Let me ask you guys this. If you're a real man, if you're a real warrior, right? Wouldn't that mean that, because I mean, to me, it just like, I would approach the guy who I lost a fight with, get my revenge on him. I would talk shit to him, the guy that's calling me out. I'm not gonna talk shit to the guy that just got beat. Why are you talking to Dillian Whyte? You supposed to be talking to to Tyson Fury. Hold on right quick, guys. What's up? Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna hit you back. All right. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Somebody from back home. But anyhow, check it out. So here we go. So it would appear to me that if you have somebody calling you out, this is somebody you've been in a fight with, and you have nothing to say, then you should stay under that rock. You should say nothing. But when you come out, like Deontay Wilder came out, and you start talking about Dillian Whyte, that shit is soft. That makes you look like a pussy, because this is the dude you're supposed to be talking to. You cold silent to Tyson Fury, the man to beat your ass, but you want to come out and say something about Whyte? That's soft. Now, for all of these idiot Wilder fans that want to come support this nonsense, to me, y'all supporting a bitch move. That's a bitch move. If you're gonna come out and talk again, you should talk to the guy that whooped your ass. Why are you talking to the guy that ain't calling you out, that didn't beat your ass in that ring? You had nothing to say all this time. All of a sudden, you got something to say, and it's not to the man that been calling you out. Tyson Fury, This is who you should be making comments to, Tyson Fury. You talking about Dillian Whyte? Bitch move. Straight bitch move. What you think, Zaros?
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah. I can hear you.
Yeah, it's definitely a bitch move. Been silent for so long, and he's had so many chances to speak on Glovegate and autopsies and injuries and all sorts, and the only time he wants to speak is when there's a downfall of another fighter. Straight up bitch move.
Straight bitch move, bro. And then you got Wilder fans coming out supporting this. Like they attacking me. I had like 3 or 4 people attack me, right? Talking about any chance you get to take a shot at Deontay Wilder, you take it. And I'm thinking to myself, bro, I haven't even been talking about Deontay Wilder. I haven't been talking about Deontay Wilder for a minute. Just go look at my videos. It's been all basketball and other stuff, right? And so,
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
all right. So if Deontay Wilder says something stupid, of course I'm gonna talk. But I haven't even been talking about Wilder. This man just said and just did something extremely stupid. Okay, I put one live up about it, and I basically was gonna let it go. But now y'all coming out the woodworks attacking me about it. So I wanted to speak on it because now it's you and your fans. Because where the hell were y'all? Y'all weren't doing nothing for the past, but hollering about cheating. I ain't really had nothing to say either. Now they coming up.
Wilder's become irrelevant. It's all been AJ and Fury speak and mandatory speak and stuff like that.
Right. Nobody's been talking about Wilder. The only conversation that's been about Wilder in the past couple of months is if he's going to have the balls to take the fight again. That's it. Wonder if he's going to have the balls to take the fight. Or if you heard anything else, it was about how bad Fury's going to whoop his ass again. But you ain't really been hearing about Wilder. Nothing. There's been no Wilder talk. Now you want to surface when Dillian Whyte lose. And then I had an idiot tell me yesterday, Zaros. Oh, yeah, he surfaced because he wanted to get his get back. Get back?
How? Is that a get back?
Exactly. That was my point, exactly. How the hell is that a get back? Coming talking shit about Dillian Whyte for losing the fight. Here's the difference. You got your ass demolished. You got demolished. You got beat from pillar to post.
Yeah, there's a bit of a difference in the losses there.
A huge difference. Dillian Whyte was actually winning the fight. You were never winning the fight.
Wilder. Good, and then just got caught out of nowhere.
Yeah. Wilder, you were never winning the fight. Not from round 1 to round down. you was never winning, dude. What's wrong with you? Now you want to come out and talk about Whyte. To me, it's a straight bitch move. It's a straight bitch move. Any of these Wilder fans, and I'm waiting for them to come in here. I'm getting ready to put this live on Twitter and everything because I'm just waiting for them to show up. You know,
if that get back comment, I would have understood it more if Wilder come out and said something about karma or laughing at him along those lines. But an eye for an eye is a bit of a weird statement for a get back.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let me see what Iron Cole. Let me see what we got in the chat. That soccer training club. Got my man Zaro's up here with me. Don't say nothing, won't be nothing here. I know it. Iron Cone in the building. What's good, Iron Cone? Jay Kyle. Big up Jay Kyle. Dragon Leg. St. Britt. IBT. Let me drop the link back in the chat again.
I find it kind of strange as well that Shelly Finkel's been really quiet recently. Like normally he's got quite a lot to say.
Exactly. The whole damn team, bro. Like you've not heard anything from the Wilder team. You ain't seen a bunch of Wilder videos. The LDBC, they're becoming obsolete. But you ain't really heard them hollering about Wilder, nobody but that idiot BFTB.
Oh, they're running out of content.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him. He's been faithful. You know, him and what's the other Blue Blood. So they've been faithful to Wilder, but you ain't really heard anything about Wilder. Nothing. Well, now he surfaces some fucking glob. Dude, let me tell you something. People are so stupid. I had someone saying that could have been referenced to anyone. Come on, bro. He just fought a Russian, dog. Wilder doesn't even know English well, which means he had to go research the Russian phrase glaza gla. He don't even know how to speak English properly. Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Probably took him 20 minutes on Google Translate just for 3 words.
Right. The dude had to research it just to get that phrase, fam. So don't tell me it wasn't about Dillian Whyte. It was exactly about Dillian Whyte. Gonna tell me, you don't know, he could have been talking about anything. Well, if he could have been talking about anything, why is it such a coincidence that he just comes out and talks now? If he could have been talking about anything, he could have been talking while Fury been calling his ass out. But he ain't had nothing to say.
You happened to see his follow-up tweet as well.
Yeah.
Instantly promoted his clothing line, just like he did after the AJ loss. Said a bunch of shit and then posted the link to his store. Dude's a slime ball.
Dead Game Boxer says, Bomb Squad till this day. Well, Dead Game, I tell you like this. It can be Bomb Squad to this day. And I don't mind nobody supporting that dude to the end. Because Tyson Fury do some dumb shit. I support him to the end. But I'm going to say this, though. You cannot deny that him coming out talking about Whyte was some bitch shit. When you can support him, he can be your boy, but your boy just did some hoe shit. Deontay Wilder just did some real hoe shit because Dillian Whyte ain't the one who whooped his ass. Dillian Whyte ain't the one who calling him out.
Yeah, there's no karma or revenge in that, let's be honest. It's
right. Dillian Whyte laughed.
Some bitch shit.
Right.
It's shit females do to get back at each other.
Exactly. Like 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Like they always going back and forth like little girls. That's what Wilder just did. And Wilder fans supporting it. And getting mad at me as I'm pointing out that it's some bitch shit. That's all it is. It's some hoe shit. Y'all heavyweight American champion just did some real hoe shit. Accept it. Eric, what's up with you, Eric? St. Britt said, let's just face it. Wilder isn't very bright. His grammar's terrible. He doesn't make sense. That's a fact. And he don't make sense now with this one either, St. Britt. Thanks for coming through, bro. Boxing known, what's up with you? Luis Puentes, what's good? Let me see. My man Jay in the building. Jay says Wilder's overrated until he proves otherwise. Quit talking, etc. Box, prove it. Exactly. And I'm gonna tell you something, Jay. You says Wilder's overrated until he proves otherwise. Well, guess what? That motherfucker just overrated because he ain't gonna be able to prove otherwise.
He's got a lot to prove.
Yeah, he's like my man Duke say, garbage truck juice.
Skinny.
IBT, yeah, garbage truck juice. That's what Deontay Wilder is. Wilder promoted his clothing line. Oh my God, the worst dress boxer ever. Who the hell want to wear dresses and tight skivvies, bro? Is that what his clothing line is? Dresses and tight skivvies and jackets with rhinestones on it? That's how I see him dressing out in these streets. I'm not trying to wear no dresses with no tight skivvies on under it. Nah, I'll pass on that, Wilder.
Sequins on his underwear.
Yeah, you know what I mean? What, you got some thongs on under there too, buddy boy?
Oh no, please don't give anyone that image.
Glass at Glide, Bomb Squad to this day.
Start calling him Thong Squad.
Yeah, hey man, that's your boy, Dead Game. But he got to catch this flame. I know it. IBT said if Wilder posted something about karma, it might have made sense. But this wasn't really eye for an eye. Right. I mean, it wasn't. It wasn't eye for an eye. They had, first and foremost, Wilder, here's another thing that makes a difference. You had a chance to beat this man before. See, when Dillian Whyte laughed at you, he laughed at you in the second fight when you got knocked out. You already had a chance to beat this guy before, Wilder, and you failed. You failed in the first fight to beat Fury. Then Fury got into better shape because remember, in the first fight you fought him, he wasn't in prime shape. He was coming off the couch off a Safari fucking fight, 400 pounds. That was the first fight. You allow Fury to get into shape, come back, and beat the piss out of you. See, Dillian Whyte, that was the first time he fought Povetkin. You already had a chance to figure this man out. You had a chance to see what he could give in the ring, and you came back and got your ass whooped, completely whipped. Dillian Whyte, this was his first time fighting Povetkin. He was winning against Povetkin, and he just got clipped. You got whipped. It's different from getting clipped and getting whipped. Wilder, you got whipped. Just that simple.
It's kind of like the same scenario when AJ lost. Like Wilder's trying to take a bit of credit, like both ends.
Right.
When AJ lost, he was all giggly and like, oh, he's a paper champion, he's fake and blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
And now when Dylan's lost, he's eye for an eye, as if like he's the one that done it.
You wouldn't even fight him. That makes it even more of a pussy statement. You got a 40-year-old man doing what you refuse to do. You was trying to make Dillian Whyte jump through all these hoops, fight Ortiz, all of this stuff. Alexander Povetkin didn't make him jump through all of those hoops. He went and fought him. You were scared to fight him, Wilder. What are you talking about? What the hell he got to fight an old Luis Ortiz? You should have just got in the ring with him. What's making him wait 1,000 days for? What's that all about? You make him wait 1,000 days, and then you're going to celebrate a 40-year-old guy doing what you was reluctant to do. Wouldn't get in the ring with AJ. Wouldn't get in the ring with Dillian Whyte. You got in the ring with Fury the first time, couldn't beat him. Got in the ring with him the second time, got your ass whooped. What are you worth? Why would you even come out and say anything? That's my question. Like, come on.
Those Ortiz wins for Wilder are being quite protected. They're not letting Ortiz fight anybody else to make his wins look less impressive since he's a boogeyman.
Boogeyman.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Like since Wilder and in between the two Wilder fights, he's fought no one that's
the sweet science
and discredit Wilder at all. I think they're trying to protect that win of his.
The sweet science is a boogeyman to Wilder. He's scared to learn it.
No.
You know?
a hard hitter.
He's afraid of the sweet science. He don't know how. He don't want to learn that.
Anyone with a bit of power is a bit of a kryptonite to Wilder.
Yeah, okay, dead game. All right, I get you. It was only a response to Dillian Whyte reaction to his loss. What about a response to Fury, dead game?
What if I take a different direction? And what if it was aimed at Fury to say, like, I'm going to get you next time?
Yeah. Yeah, I would have been good with that. I would have been good with that.
It would have made more
sense.
Like,
if he would have came out with a post, like, if he would have came out with a post that said, pay attention, Fury. This is what I'm going to do to you.
Or even tagged him in the post. That would have made more sense.
Right. I would have been with that. Like, oh, so he took a double shot. So he took the shot at Whyte, but he telling my guy Fury, this is what I'm gonna do to you. I would have been okay with that. I would have been okay with that. But you just gonna come out going that Whyte. But what about the dude that's talking shit to you? Okay, dead game boxing. Because I know you from the streets, man. I know you from the streets, dead game. So you telling me, dead game, if you got into it with a dude at the gym, y'all got in a fight. Then you see this other dude get his ass whooped. But that dude you got in a fight with still popping shit, still calling you out. You gonna go back in the gym and talk shit about the dude who just got beat up? While that dude right there talking shit? Or you gonna approach that dude and beat you up talking shit? You going right to that dude because you from the streets. Now you sitting here trying to justify what Wilder did? Come on, dead game boxing. What's up, man? It was a bitch move. You know your boy was on a bitch move. I don't care if it was just a reaction to Dillian Whyte loss. He still could have had a reaction and not put a tweet out about it. He could have still had a reaction right in the privacy of his home. Why are you talking about it in the media when everybody in the media want to know what your punk ass gonna do when it come to Fury. You think we want to hear from Wilder what he thinks about Dillian Whyte losing? No, we want to know if you're gonna take this trilogy. That's what we want to hear from Wilder. What's up with that trilogy though? Ain't nobody worried about what you think about Dillian Whyte. What's up with that trilogy though? You can't answer that man Fury, calling you all kind of doses and everything.
To me, if I was a Wilder fan, I'd take that as a spit in the face towards me because they've been begging Francis with all these glove gates and blah, blah, blah on top of it, and he said nothing. So for him to only come out and say that, it's like, yeah, fuck my fans. All I care about is Whyte losing.
But they don't look at it that way, fam.
No, of course, but
they don't look at it that way.
I'd take it as a spit in the face towards my fanship.
I would. RBT, that's what I meant about Wilder. He's beyond dumb. Salute Martin Ramos. What's up with you? Aunt Con said Whyte fought two people Wilder did not fight when he had a chance. Parker and Povetkin. Wilder's a sucker. Yeah, that's right. He didn't fight Parker. He didn't fight Povetkin, which Whyte just got knocked out from. You didn't fight the guy, you scary ass dude. And you didn't fight Whyte. But you want to talk about Whyte. Come on, man. Wilder got mauled. He said Wilder got mauled from that first bell. Towel flew in. Look, they probably had that towel on they had it cocked in, it was cocked in and ready to go. All they had to do was hit the switch to lose that bit. They knew they was going to throw that towel, man. They knew Wilder wasn't going to win that fight. And I don't know what their plans are for this second fight, man. But I don't even see how Wilder can even win this second fight.
He's going to lose before they get in the ring. That press conference is going to be brutal for Wilder.
They better really drug Fury's water. That's what they better do. That's the only way. They better drug Fury's water for real. That's the only way Wilder
wearing two Thanos gloves.
Huh?
Wilder's going to have to come out wearing two Thanos gloves.
Yeah, he better put some metal bars in his fucking gloves and put some drugs in Fury water bottle. All them things you accuse Fury of, you and your team better try to get that done because that's the only way y'all fools gonna win. Matador said this is the worst than the time Floyd helped Marquez KO Pacquiao. Yeah, bro. Yeah, man, it is. It's terrible, and Wilder fans just don't get it. Like I'm wrong for mentioning it. It's terrible, dog. You ain't said. And look, have you guys seen any posts from him today? Has he even responded to Fury after? So since you back in the media, now let's talk about Fury. Has he said anything about Fury? I bet you he ain't said nothing about Fury.
No, of course not.
He ain't said nothing about Fury. So you gonna come say something stupid and go cold silent again. With your scary ass, man. Wilder's a coward, just like Dillian Whyte called him. Dillian Whyte been calling him a coward for years, bro. That's one thing about it. Dillian Whyte been calling this man a coward for years. Of course, Dillian Whyte calls everyone a coward. That's his thing. But he meant that shit about Wilder. And he been consistently saying it. And Wilder's showing to be a coward with this right here. So it's a pure bitch move and it's cowardly.
Not a good look for him going forward at all.
Not at all, man. Not at all. And if he doesn't fight Fury, which I believe he has to fight Fury because his stock straight plummets if he doesn't fight Fury. Right? Because you were already in many people's eyes overrated as a champion. Right? So you lost your belt. So in a sense, to a lot of people, they feel like they were proven right. So if you have any chance to get your stock back, to prove your worth, you have to go get your belt back. That's it. Other than that, you lose and you turn down this fight, well, then you're just conceding to the fact that you are an overrated champion. You're conceding to that, which means your stock plummets. So you have no choice but to go back in here and try to get your belt back.
I think he's going to try and make us wait till next year. I don't think Fury will want to wait that long.
Fury ain't gonna wait. He got till I think November or something, or October or something before he has to. It's like the deadline. They got to say whether they taking the damn fight or not. And you don't have, he can't delay this one. And how you going? You know they're not going to allow this fool to delay that. Not Bob Arum. They're not going to allow the PBC to delay that. Fury got the belt. If that motherfucker don't sign the contract by that date, contract null and void. They moving on from his lanky ass. So he better decide whether he gonna take that fight or not. But I don't want to hear nothing about no Dillian Whyte. Why don't you talk to us whether you gonna take that fight? Bronze, the Brahma, whatever the fuck they bronze bum. You can't fight, dude. This dude ain't no good. Floyd actually beat both of them. Wilder didn't fight either. Yeah, exactly. I don't even know why nobody say anything about Wilder compared to Floyd. Floyd was great. Floyd's an idiot and an asshole, but he was great. He was great in the ring. Wilder was not great in the ring. Yeah, he was a great asshole, exactly. But Wilder was not great in the ring, bro. Like, don't even talk about Floyd when we talk about Deontay Wilder. Honestly, to me, he just wanted to get his laugh, but had no idea how to go about it. That post probably sounded cooler in his head. Yeah, that's probably true. But he should have thought about the aftermath too. I mean, dude, the last we heard from you, you was twerking and carrying on. You know what I mean? That's the last we heard from you.
Imagine him saying it though, with his, his little creepy whisper he does as well.
Right.
I believe in an eye for an eye.
Yeah, that type of shit. I'm your king. You ain't no damn king. What king you know twerking? Doing a damn woman dance. Shaking your ass. This dude is delusional, man. He's probably right though, IBT. Wilder terrified of the third fight. He'll have some. Yeah, man. Look, that dude. I think. I don't even know. I won't even say he terrified, but I think his camp. I think they know he can't win.
It's definitely his team. It's not him. It's his team.
Yeah. I don't think it's him as much, St. Brett. It's his team. They know this motherfucker can't win. His trainers probably
undisputed 5 years ago, and they didn't.
No, his trainers probably can't sleep at night. They probably try to take Tylenol pills and everything. Like, fuck, what are we gonna do? We can't get this motherfucker to win this fight. I don't know what kind of game plan we gonna. He can't win. His trainers probably rocking their goddamn brain. They know this dude can't win. He ain't got no chance. Probably Matador, who takes Wilder seriously? Man who like to watch other men twerk. That's who I know, right, Tom? That's who take him serious, man. Mark Ramos, that's the worst. Floyd wasn't close to. Yeah, I don't want to get on Floyd right now. At least Whyte not making excuses. All wants to run it back like real fight. Exactly, dog. Exactly. Whyte come back the next day. So I'm gonna take a little time off, and I'm getting back in the gym, and we're gonna have the rematch. What's taking you so long to even respond to the rematch, Wilder? That's another thing. You can come out and talk about a man who got knocked out, and the next day he come out, boom, let's do it. Rematch. Some people think it's
almost
too
6
soon.
months since he lost. Right. That's all he said in 6 months.
Something about your rematch. Some people think it's too soon for Dillian Whyte. Said maybe he should wait for the rematch. He don't give a damn. You ain't even talked about your rematch in 6 months. Come on, man. The last thing we want to hear from you is about anything else but the man that's whooped your ass. You need to respond to that. That's what we need to hear. Your response to that, punk. Wilder's a big, tall punk. I call him that in his face, too. Whyte publicly humiliated Wilder over Sky, laughing though. Yeah, okay. That's fine. That's fine. Like, look, man. What Whyte did, when Whyte did that, I laughed. I said this yesterday. It was hilarious to me. And he was laughing so hard that I was
laughing at him.
Yeah. I was laughing at the way he was laughing. It was funny. So I got enjoyment out of this. I seen Wilder's post and it just looked stupid to me, Sosa. Because the next thing I wanted to hear from Wilder, hey, what you gonna do about this Fury fight? See, White didn't have nothing like that in front of him when he laughed at Wilder. He didn't just come off of a loss. He just came off of a win when he was laughing at Wilder. If I'm Wilder, I'm not saying anything about this. If I can't say anything or speak up about a fight that I'm supposed to have, and this man calling me out, I'm not coming out saying nothing about this. Even if White did humiliate him, he still looks like it's still a bitch move by Wilder because you ain't addressed the man in front of you. You addressing some side
There's too
issues.
many question marks around the third fight to be not saying anything. Like, does he still have all of his trainers? Does he have new trainers? Is he training?
I don't even know.
There's way too many questions to just not say anything for 6 months.
Way too many questions. And I don't even really follow the dude. So most of the time I do something on Wilder or talk about Wilder is if he say something stupid or somebody sends me a DM about it. But I don't research Wilder. I don't like I got a DM about this. The one that I put up yesterday, I got about 3 DMs. Like, look at this D glass. I said, okay, I'm gonna do a live about this.
I could say one thing for sure though, he's no longer injured and he looks pretty healthy.
Who, Wilder? I've always thought that the dude look healthy. I mean, he was always fit and cut up and stuff. You know what I mean?
I mean more like injury free. Because apparently he had a bicep surgery and stuff. So
yeah. But man, whatever. You know, it's funny that shit. My bad. It's funny he had a bicep surgery. His arm all fucked up, but he out there shooting AR-15s and Desert Eagles with his fucking brother. Man, you know what the kickback of a Desert Eagle is? Trust me, I used to shoot them big motherfuckers, bro. And AR-15s, he out there shooting AR-15s and Desert Eagles. But his arm hurt so much. Come on, man. See, this is the foolery, bro. What you doing shooting a gun? Y'all, I don't know if you guys have shot guns before. A lot of you guys in the UK probably not. But a Desert Eagle is a 50 caliber gun. It's a 50 cal. You know the big 44, the Clint Eastwood, big barrel, boom. No. A Desert Eagle's a 50 cal. And he out there shooting Desert Eagles, but his arm's supposed to be injured. Man, get out of here with that nonsense. That's top of the line foolery. Still beat him and Marquez. Yep. Most of the LDB are secretly so disappointed they fangirl that much for him. He's a complete bum who wants to get pregnant, wear dresses and twerk. Exactly, dog. Exactly. Cat, what's up with you, sis? Exactly, fam. You know what I mean? Memo Castro, what's up? What's good with you? Iron Cole said Sosa Wilder called a peasant live on TV and also sent him an email saying he won't fight him for 2 years. Yeah, he called Wilder, a peasant. Yeah, man. Right. Wilder is full of it, and so are his fans protecting him for this. And for everybody coming in, Wilder pulled an extreme bitch move, and his fans are protecting him for it. Just that simple. Lisa Bales, Queen Lisa in the building. What's good? IBT said, why would he talk about Fury? He is irrelevant. Deontay Wilder, yeah, right. Some of his fans actually really believe that, IBT. They really believe that. You know, oh, he's still the champ. Fury cheated. He's still the champ. Yeah, shut y'all dumb ass up, man. He a twerking, bitch made, dress wearing fake. That's what he is. That's what he is. Why box when you can talk and duck? Hey, that's a technique there, Jay. Wilder has a lot of female traits, and so do his fans. Wilder is done. Mr. Sheldon, respect to you. See. Look, let me give Mr. Sheldon some respect because Mr. Sheldon came at me a lot of times in the past about Deontay Wilder. But this right here show you got to respect this, man. Wilder's done. Like he can accept it. It's like I used to like Tank Davis. I used to be a big fan of Tank Davis. But Tank started fucking up. I'm like, man, I'm not fucking with Tank no more. So you gotta accept it, bro. It doesn't matter if you like boxing first, then you gotta accept when these fighters are fucking up and they just not what they you thought they were. You just gotta let it go. But you can't hang on to this hope and dream that that fighter. Mr. Shelton used to give me hell about Wilder, but at least he keep it 100. Let this shit go. Much respect, Mr. Shelton. Much respect. That's what I'm talking about. That's that real man shit, man. Fuck all this fake shit. Uh, Khalil Nebley come in there and say, I bet you wouldn't say that about Dillian Whyte. Dito never had nothing to say about Dillian Whyte. I was like, Khalil, where the fuck was you at yesterday? I just flamed the hell out of Dillian Whyte on the damn live. Like, man, please, Wilder need to get this flame. He gonna keep getting it. St. Brett said the fight has to happen this year. It's in the contract. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he doesn't sign that contract, I don't know who I was telling that, but if he doesn't sign that contract, it's a wrap, bro. They don't have to sit around and wait for Wilder. Wilder in the PBC can't hold up anything anymore. He doesn't have no hardware. He's just a heavyweight fighter. That's it. He's not a heavyweight champion. He's not a heavyweight factor. He's not even a top heavyweight. He is just a heavyweight fighter now. Nothing more, because he doesn't have any hardware and he doesn't have the ability, in my opinion, to regain it, because he won't beat Joshua and he won't beat Fury. Hell, even if Dillian Whyte or Povetkin did beat Fury, I don't think he beats either of them. Wilder's done, bro. He's toast. Well, let me not say that. He might. He still got a chance to beat those two guys because they just lack something in Fury, and they step below Fury, and maybe Povetkin. Povetkin might still get Wilder, because Povetkin, man, he could take a shot, bro. That's one thing for sure. Dillian Whyte caught him with an uppercut too, but he got up from Dillian Whyte uppercut. Dillian Whyte didn't get up from his. Yeah, that's something people need to think about. Hey, y'all know what? Look, we're gonna get back to Wilder, but I got a question for all of you guys. Soccer Training Club, Chopstick, Tone, what's good with you? Grievous in the building, what's good? Brian Harkin, what's good, everybody? Matador, Toby Barlett, France on too. I like that, France. You got the new you got the Homer Simpson, the Grandpa Simpson shotguns at one point. I could do no more since I'm convinced it fell in a fourth. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I can't bother with them no more either. I got the same problem, you know. But I don't need guns. I'm not involved in that nonsense anymore. So I don't need any guns. Charles D, what's good with your fam? All right, so let me ask y'all this though. Let me ask y'all this about this Dillian Whyte situation. You hear a lot, like we were talking about Ryan Garcia or Mark's Live, right? And Terrence Crawford. So you hear people question Terrence Crawford and Ryan Garcia's chin, right? Because they've been wobbled by fighters, right? Because they've been hurt by fighters. Not because they've been knocked down, not because they've been knocked out, but because they've been hurt. Dillian Whyte was dropped by an uppercut by Alexander Povetkin. Dillian Whyte was dropped by an uppercut by Anthony Joshua. Dillian Whyte was dropped by an uppercut again from Oscar Rivas. When the fuck people gonna start questioning his chin? This motherfucker been knocked out twice, and he was dropped by Oscar Rivas. And ain't nobody questioning Dillian Whyte's chin? Right? They want to question now for all of you fucking people that think I'm a Wilder hater, because I've said this before. They want to question Wilder's chin. But when has he been dropped? Fury dropped him to the body. Like Wilder take hella punches, bro, and he don't go down. But then people say, well, I'm not sure about Wilder's chin. This motherfucking Dillian Whyte been knocked out twice by uppercut and dropped by Oscar Rivas. He's not a top level heavyweight Oscar Rivas, but he dropped him with an uppercut. And where's the questions about Dillian Whyte chin? If I have to say who has a harder chin, Deontay Wilder or Dillian Whyte, I bet you a lot of people will say Dillian Whyte. But is that so? Is that so? Because Fury stopped Wilder, but that was a TKO. He didn't knock Wilder out. Dillian Whyte ass has been knocked the fuck out, bro. Right, St. Britt. Parker dropped him too. Parker dropped him too. That's right. So what about Dillian Whyte's chin? When we gonna start? Because motherfuckers always got something. I've heard plenty of times, and I know y'all have heard it too. Wilder chin shaky. Wilder chin's this. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. If Wilder chin shaky, what the fuck y'all gotta say about Dillian Whyte chin? Because I'll tell you like this. We see Parker drop Dillian Whyte, right? Now y'all guys ask me this. We see Parker drop Dillian Whyte. We seen Oscar Rivas drop Whyte. Povetkin and AJ knock Whyte out. Y'all remember those punches that Deontay Wilder was taking from Luis Ortiz on those roads? You telling me that Dillian Whyte would have stood up from that? I want a question. Y'all answer that question. Do y'all think Dillian Whyte would have stood up from that assault that Luis Ortiz gave Wilder against those ropes? Do y'all think Dillian Whyte would be standing on his feet after that assault? Keep it 100. Come on, answer up. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Keep it 100. Do y'all think Dillian Whyte, knowing what we know about Whyte, seeing what we seen from Whyte, do y'all think Dillian Whyte would have stood up to what Luis Ortiz gave Wilder in that 8th round against those ropes? Do you got Dillian Whyte standing up to that? Or do you have his ass on the canvas knocked out? Keep it 100. Keep it 100. Possibly. Possibly, Tone? Come on, man. Nah, bro. See? I don't know. Well, no answers to that, man. Y'all don't be no Wilder haters in here, bro. Come on. We ain't no haters over here. I want some answers to this question. I want to talk about Dillian Whyte's chin right quick. Because I've been saying certain things about Dillian Whyte for a long fucking time. Especially like people overhyping this guy. So I want to talk about Dillian Whyte for a second. Maybe the comments are coming through slow, but I want to know what y'all think about that. That barrage of punches that Deontay Wilder took from Luis Ortiz. Do you guys see Dillian Whyte standing up against that assault? Because I don't. I don't. I see Dillian Whyte sprawled out on the canvas after that assault. Yeah, it's a hypothetical question, but it's one that is just a reasonable question if you want to be truthful about it. It's a reasonable question. Thank you. Say Brett said probably not. He probably would not. He didn't see the uppercut. That's why he got knocked out. Hey, Matador, that don't answer the question, fam. That ain't answering the question. I know he ain't see the uppercut. That's why that fool got knocked out. You could say that about Parker's uppercut. You could say that about Oscar Rivas' uppercut. You could say that about Anthony Joshua's uppercut. And guess what, Matador? The motherfucker went down on all of those. So what I'm asking you, Parker wasn't an uppercut, but even still, he went down with Parker. But what I'm asking you, Matador, is do you think he would have stood up to all them shots that Luis Ortiz put out? Oh, you said knocked out. Yep. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Honestly, Wilder has never been to the netherworld, so he probably does. Oh, hell no, sporting advantage. Hell no. I don't think so. Because you can say what you want about Ortiz. He wasn't no damn pillow puncher. And he caught Wilder with hella 5 clean shots, bro. Come on. You so sporting advantage. Keep it real, sporting advantage. You think do you think Joseph Parker got more pop than Luis Ortiz? Come on, sporting advantage. Keep it 100, fam. You cannot tell me you think Joseph Parker got more pop than Luis Ortiz, dog. Because Joseph Parker put Dillian Whyte down for sporting advantage. And now you're going to sit here and tell me he probably stands up to all of them freaking punches against the rope. Man, y'all bugging. Y'all hate Wilder, bro. Anybody say yesterday, I just think that y'all really don't like. Y'all got some real disdain for Wilder. You too, Toby. Dillian Whyte, yes, no, sir. I don't think he's standing up, man. I think his ass would be slam, knock slam out on that, bro. And that's why I always say Dillian Whyte's been overrated, bro. And I've been saying this shit before Povetkin knocked him out. Well, no surprise Povetkin knocked him out to me. So what Parker would hurt Ortiz? That's not my question. I said, do Parker got more power than Ortiz? I don't think so. Parker's no power puncher. Ortiz old ass probably got more power than Parker. And in no fucking way I'm seeing Dillian Whyte take the barrage of punches that Wilder took like that from Luis Ortiz, man. He'll be knocked out, bro. That's nonsensical. That's nonsensical. I don't know why people overhype Dillian Whyte so much, bro. That's why Dillian Whyte gets so much hate too, though, because there's a lot of people that overhype this dude, bro. Motherfucker been knocked down 4 times, 4 different fighters. He got all of this chin. Come on, man. That motherfucker would have got knocked out. Wilder got a better chin than Dillian Whyte. That's a fact. That's why I always tell people and Dillian Whyte sloppy, his defense sloppy. He can sit up there and say that, oh, I just got caught with a good punch. I was doing this, I was doing that. Nah, man. Thank you. Thank you. I'm biased, man. I already know you keep it 100. Thank you. Especially unbiased, because it was a simple question for real unbiased. I was like, you remember in the 8th round unbiased that Wilder Ortiz, the first fight. And I was like, when Ortiz got Wilder up against the ropes and hit him with those barrage of punches, I was like, do y'all think Dillian Whyte could have stood up to that barrage of punches? And man, you actually have some people saying that they think he could have. Hell no, man. Dillian Whyte would have been laid out if he got hit with all of them punches Wilder got hit with Ortiz, man. A lot of them punches was clean, too. Dillian Whyte would have been laid the fuck out, man. I cannot even imagine he would have stood up to that. No way. Y'all bugging. Jose Yepes, batshit crazy. What's up? Avatar, Darko, what's good with you? Nah, man. I'm biased. You got Unbiased did used to protect Whyte. Nah, he ain't no fucking fanboy for him though. He just gave Whyte his heat. What Unbiased did used to protect him though. Ain't no damn fanboy though. Nah. Wilder never been in with a big puncher. Nope. Nope, not really. Luis Ortiz is probably the strongest puncher he been in with. Because Fury damn sure don't hit harder than Luis Ortiz. And again, y'all, let's not forget, it was a TKO. Fury didn't flatline Wilder. He didn't have him on the ring like Dillian Whyte was. That shit matters. A TKO and a knockout is different. Dillian Whyte got knocked the fuck out. Deontay Wilder was just taking hits. There was no need for him to keep taking hits, so the ref stopped the fight. Fury didn't knock him out cold, bro. And this picture right here shows he didn't knock him out cold because the man standing up arguing with the ref. Dillian Whyte won't argue with no one. He was looking at the back of his fucking eyelids. So, I mean, it's a huge difference. We're going on lunch, just going off the roof, seeing you alive. Whyte would have been dropped by those punches from Ortiz. Well, exactly. Thank you, Fallback. Thank you. Keeping it real. Dave H, what's up? He said that punch would have felled anyone if you. Yep. Yeah, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm telling you. Wilder got a good chin on him, bro. I always said that I think he got a good chin on him. He takes some clean punches. People like, well, he never been in there with a puncher. He's still taking clean punches from fucking heavyweights, guys. We know that it's still the heavyweight division. How are we going to sit up here and say it's still the heavyweight division, knowing that you can get caught clean by these big guys and still get knocked out? Well, Wilder been getting caught clean by these big guys, but he ain't been getting knocked out. Which says to me that motherfucker got a chin. more of a chin than I see on Dillian White. Shit, I gotta keep it real. This ain't about liking Wilder. Nah, I think Wilder got a better chin than White. Dillian White, not got the best chin, that's for sure. Thank you, Don Machiavelli. Thank you, Don Machiavelli. Somebody just keeping it real. The Don Mac in the building. Toby. Oh, you want to use that one?
Yeah, because I'm not on much. I gotta go back.
All right. Toby, say back shit.
This is it. This is all that's left.
No.
All right. No. I just didn't want to use the back.
All right. That shit, what's good? What's up, Queen? What's fellas? What's good? Dave A said exactly. Shot AJ, clocked him with yep. An uppercut, man. And he's susceptible to that. Because he even said that he was trying to go for a combination. I mean a counter. Huh? He was trying to go for a counter. That's what I got. Yeah. Oh, what's up, Jose? Hold on, I got you. What's up, Jose?
Not much, just right here listening to the chat, enjoying the Wilder flame and the Dillian White.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna lie, bro. The Wilder fanboys are acting like he freaking won his belt back. They're acting like nothing ever happened.
Right.
Them channels are crazy.
They crazy, bro. Fury ain't no KO artist. Hell no, Fury ain't no fucking KO artist at all. You know what I mean? Fury ain't no damn KO artist. So that's why I'm like, bro, man, these fans be bugging out. These Wilder fans. Long live Young. White, the heavyweight Amir Khan.
You know what? Why reminds me of he reminds me of Wilder. Actually, he's like a short, fat, unathletic version of Wilder. The only reason why Wilder gets away with it because he's athletic, he's taller, and he has a little bit more power. Well, they both fight the same to me.
Who you think got the better chin, Jose? Wilder or Dillian White? Because that's what I was just ranting about.
Oh, Wilder, because like I said, he has a better chin because he's stronger and bigger and more athletic, so he has a bigger chin.
He ain't been dropped out like that. Like he been stopped. Like people get it twisted. So he been stopped. Fury just stopped him. But Dillian White been knocked out, fam. Like AJ had him on the canvas drooling. Povetkin had him on the canvas drooling. That's knocked out, fam. You know what I mean? Fury stopped Wilder. That's different. The ref said, okay, that's enough of a beat. And he arguing with the ref. He ain't laid out. You know that referee. And then it was some idiot after that.
His corner stopped it actually too.
Yeah, but even still, it was just from a beating. But look, it was an idiot after the Dillian White fight. It was right there on my it was in my because I did live commentary. And I went off on him right there in the live commentary. It was after the fight. He gonna say, man, that count was kind of fast. I was like, hold on. The referee was cupping Dillian White's head, holding that bitch like a wife that just fell or something. He cupping this man's head, and Dillian White didn't even sit up till like 20, 30 seconds later. How the fuck this idiot think he was gonna make a 10 count? The referee couldn't even help this dude up, bro. He won't make it no damn 10 count. He was out of it, fam. Like these people
went to sleep.
Now they talk about Povetkin cheated. Abaya said, I think Ortiz could hurt White because Ortiz has boxing ability to set up the uppercut. But I think White can hurt Ortiz too and stop him heavyweight. Oh, yeah, for sure. I wouldn't pick Ortiz to beat White in a fight. I wouldn't. If those two got in a fight, I would pick Dillian White to win that fight. I was just saying if Ortiz caught Dillian White on the ropes, like he caught Wilder on the ropes, Dillian White would have been stretched. He would have been knocked out. That just shows Wilder's chin. Wilder got a good chin, bro.
At least they won't be bugging with that mandatory anymore. Maybe AJ and Fury could get it on now.
Now, Suleiman should just go ahead And right now, Suleiman should just go ahead and extend the mandatory. He should go ahead and take care of that right now. Cause Dillian Whyte don't got the belt. Alexander Povetkin can't make no fucking fuss of it. He just got a hold of that belt. So while Dillian Whyte don't got the belt, he should just go ahead, push the mandatories back. That way, even if Dillian Whyte bitch about it, shit, the mandatory is for the WBC belt, not for Dillian Whyte, bro.
Yeah. That's why I never understood why Wilder never wanted to fight White and AJ. Like Wilder made some of the dumbest decisions in
It
his
wasn't
career.
Wilder. Jose was his fucking
Or
camp. It's
his
his camp.
management, whoever
Yeah, they didn't
the
want to fight them because they knew that. Look, man, Jose, you've been around me long enough. You know you done heard me say this. They didn't want to fight that motherfucker because their money train would have been done. The money train would have been over. That's why they didn't want to fight nobody. They was milking Wilder like Elsie the cow, my dude, making sure they get paid off him. If they would have put him in the ring with somebody like Fury, the money train stopped. And that's what they knew. So they're going to get this one last payday off of his last ass whooping, and they're going to throw him to the Wolves watch. They're going to shit on Wilder, man. And his fans don't see it coming. I see it coming. They're going to shit on Wilder. They're going to take a big porta potty shit all over his head.
man, those channels are dumb, man. I don't know if y'all listen to them channels. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. I heard one of them channels talking about they were still talking about Gary Russell fighting Crawford. But man, if that
Oh
is
my
the
God, bro.
stupidest thing I ever heard in my life.
I think Wilder.
And then the comment section there, everybody was yeah. Crawford should fight Russell. Crawford should fight Russell. And then they come out with this Wilder nonsense. I'm like, oh my
Yeah,
god,
I think
them dudes.
Wilder. I think Wilder stops Chisora. That shit crazy. I think he stops Chisora, and Povetkin. I just don't know because Povetkin he just proved the skill level of boxer he is. Wilder ain't been in the ring with a boxer as skilled as Povetkin, and fuck what anybody say. Povetkin got a chin, bro. He was dropped by Klitschko, got up. Dropped by Joshua, got up. Dropped by Dillian Whyte, got up. That motherfucker got a chin too. Shit. Wilder ain't just gonna go in there and catch him with one punch and sleep him. Hell no. Povetkin got a chance to beat Wilder. I think Povetkin got more of a chance to beat Wilder than Dillian Whyte do, because Dillian Whyte's too defensively irresponsible. I'm gonna stick to that. I'm gonna stick to my guns. I'm gonna stick to my guns. I've been saying this shit about Dillian Whyte. The motherfucker is defensively irresponsible. People are saying a lot of, well, he just made a mistake. I'm pretty confident he could beat Povetkin in the next fight. I am too. I was confident he could beat him in the first fight. But now I see that I was correct about his defense. I don't give a rat's ass if he can beat Povetkin. That's not going to prove anything to me. He got caught because of what I've seen in him. Now, we can accept his excuse, oh, I was going for this, or people saying, well, that just happens in boxing. I seen this dude getting caught by opponents with way less skill, way less experience than fucking Alexander Povetkin catch Dillian Whyte with this same damn punch, fam. Oscar Rivas ain't no fucking Alexander Povetkin. He don't have the experience level. He don't have the skill level as Alexander Povetkin. He caught Dillian Whyte with this same damn punch. So don't fucking tell me that Dillian Whyte is not defensively irresponsible. And I've been saying this shit way before the Alexander Povetkin fight. And this what I seen. This is what I've been seeing, the lack of Dillian Whyte. Why I didn't have Dillian Whyte where everybody else had him. Because we can say, oh, that's what makes Alexander Povetkin great. Okay, well, what the fuck makes Oscar Rivas great? Because he caught him with the same fucking punch, man. Now, is this
They're
just
supposed to be having a
Povetkin
rematch
great,
too.
or is this a lack of defense from Dillian Whyte? I'm going to put it more on a lack of defense from Dillian fucking Whyte.
Then they're having that rematch too. No.
Yeah. Yeah, he wants the rematch.
I guess it was in the contract. They were saying they were reading an article.
Yeah, no.
Supposed to be having a
They
rematch.
having a rematch. It's on and popping, son. Like I'm confirming it for you. Yeah, they having that shit. Dillian Whyte wants that rematch. Fred Barbershop and his people will always love Wilder. Yeah, because they're dum dums. Remember the Flintstone? What are you doing, dum dum? And the dum dums. What's up, Zaros, man?
We got the other guy, Andy Ruiz, taking shots instead of training. That motherfucker ain't learned nothing. He's going to
Man,
sleep too.
tell him to put the goddamn donuts, Twinkies, and chalupas down and get in the gym and shut up. Talk about somebody losing. You need to shave off some of that goddamn lard, fat boy.
He, wa-
How about
he was
that?
fucking partying again. He was taking shots. I seen it on him, man. This dude is done too.
All
He
right.
got all that money and he's gonna just waste it, and that's it. That's it for him. It's over.
He back to taking Jello shots off of strippers' bellies, talking to
Yeah.
laughing at somebody.
Living
You
off
get
of
ready to get
15
knocked
minutes.
out too. Both of
You know
them
what's gonna
motherfuckers
be?
should fight each other. That's the fight. Dillian Whyte, Andy Ruiz. I got Andy.
You know what's gonna be funny though? When if Canelo, I hope Canelo goes to the PVC and he fucking gets the bag and watch all these channels turn on the PVC. I can't wait for that to happen.
Yeah, I ain't. It depends on who he fight. If he go over there and he fight Tarlo, boom, I'm for it. But I
No,
tell you
that's what
like
I'm
this,
saying though.
yeah, that ain't gonna happen though, man. I agree with Sean Newton. Me and Sean was just talking about that yesterday, and I said I think they're using it as leverage, and Sean said he don't think it's gonna happen. Period, because of Oscar De La Hoya and Al Heyman relationship. So me and Sean kind of leaning toward that shit ain't happening. I think it's a leverage move. I think it's a leverage
They're not
move
going to
for
be able to pay him as much.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
not going to give him like 20, 30 mil a fight. How the fuck?
Well, they can't
Probably
have
not.
him
I'm
fight.
just saying though, it will be funny to see though that we could watch all these channels start crying and watch them turn on the PVC and the great Al Heyman. I just
They'll
want to
be
see that.
bad as shit, bro. They'll be bad as shit. But Zaros, they can't pay him under his contract minimum. His contract minimum is 20 million. So that's why I guess it's maybe probably for them even making the fight because they don't want to pay the 20 million. 35 they don't have to give him, but they got to give him at least 20. That's his contract minimum. And that's why
Like to
Showtime
be his
and
own.
that's why
He was
Showtime and PBC offered
one
up
thing though.
40 million for the purse bid.
He was getting criticized. Canelo was in Mexico, right? Because in Mexico, all the champions historically they always fought on free TV, and Canelo does too. He fights in free TV in Mexico. It's like they was on Fox
Yeah,
or
but
ABC. But now
they
the
can't.
zone they're trying to make PPV in Mexico, and he was getting a lot of flame for that.
He
They don't
can't
want
get
that to
flame for
happen.
that. They can't give him flame for that because that's his contract. He is under contract. Like
No,
these
I know, but
people,
I'm saying though, like historically, all the Mexican champions have always fought on free TV. That's
yeah.
I guess that's one thing they got going on, and I guess he supposedly he didn't know that and he was gonna do his best so everybody could still watch him on free TV out there. So I don't know if that's
Fans get
part of
mad
it.
at every fucking thing, bro. They don't understand shit. That's just fans. They don't even contemplate nothing. Fuck Canelo. He don't want to fight up us for free. Fuck Canelo. Like, dog, Canelo can't do nothing about it, man.
Yeah,
Like, oh man, it is what it is. Well, I mean, it ain't for the fans to understand for real, and that's just what these fucking blood sucking promoters hope for. That we blind so they could send us these twisted ass narratives and fool us into believing what they want us to believe. But I ain't going for that shit. I'm blasting those narratives wide open every goddamn day. Every time you try to come with it, Oscar. Every time you try to come with it, Eddie. Every time you try to come with it, Ella being Floyd, and every goddamn time you try to come with it, Bob Arum, I'm gonna bust them narratives wide the fuck open. Be having it over here. I'm not going for it. I'm telling you, I'm not going for it.
And need to stop worrying about numbers. It's getting kind of cringe. It's all it's been about the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And let them just fight. Fuck the numbers.
I swear, bro. I don't like. I'm. Somebody's like, well, y'all always talking about numbers. Okay, I'm gonna talk about it because this shit's holding up the fights. If it's holding up the fights, then I'm gonna get up here and talk about it. But
Oh yeah,
I don't give a
that's
shit
different
about the
than
numbers.
that's different than when the Wilder and AJ stuff was going on. That shit was getting mad pathetic.
Oh man, yo man,
Like he deserves more. He's not getting paid this and blah blah blah.
I
It's
was
like,
I was so pissed off. Zaros, I think you was over on IBF channel when I was up there talking to him. I was like, man, fuck that. Just give him the money and y'all make the farmers like snap the fuck off on that shit. I'm like, bro, I don't give a shit about who
Yeah.
deserved what, who deserved this. You remember that? And it's just like to me, because it was like 10%, damn. It's like it's a 10% differential. Whichever one of you idiots hold all four of those belts, that 10% is a mere pittance of what all four belts won. So I didn't give a fuck if it was Wilder, they shut the fuck up and just take 60-40, or if it was Hearn and AJ, they shut the fuck up and just give them the extra 10%. To me, it was like, man, just like what the fuck is wrong with all of you guys?
It's
This
just
is
a
a
battle of
10%
egos,
difference
wasn't
we talk about. It was crazy, man. They was like, well, Wilder don't deserve that. I said, no, he doesn't. He don't deserve it at all. But you know what AJ deserves? All four belts. See? They never look at it like that. Well, Wilder don't deserve that. He didn't do shit. But don't AJ deserve all four belts? See? That was my whole point. Don't we deserve to see a fight for all four fucking belts? So that's 2 against 1. What y'all want? To fight for all four belts and AJ to get what he deserved, or to keep Wilder from getting the extra 10%? That's how fucking ridiculous it was to me.
looking back, it did seem it was just too mad.
It seemed dumb as shit, right?
Sides.
You know what I mean?
It wasn't just one side though. Let's be honest, it was both.
It
I'm
was.
an AJ fan, and I'll admit that pathetic from AJ's side as well.
Right.
Or her
Right.
side, should I say?
And I was just on the outside looking in, kind of, right? Because I'm like, what the fuck, man? Just fight. You know what I mean? Fight.
And now look what happened. Both of them lost in the pandemic. So that money they were talking about, it's over. They ain't getting that money no more.
Well, no.
That 100 mil was probably the biggest mistake that's ever happened in boxing.
Yeah, that's just not happening, man. Floyd.
That offer ain't going to be happening again. That 100 mil to Wilder.
I thought at one time, before this pandemic, I really did feel like Anthony Joshua would be able to rival or break Floyd Mayweather's number for a single fight. I thought Joshua would be able to accomplish that.
Getting close with Saudi.
Right. But now that this COVID-19 happened, please. You know why it'll never happen again? Because yeah, look, this is why I think it'll never happen again, period. Because you know how, okay, eventually with these restrictions and everything, everybody's going to have to come to grips with taking less. I don't think the industry is going to allow the numbers to jump back up where they used to be. You understand what I'm saying? Because it was just things that happened in the industry to force it, like the Eddie Hearn thing that I was talking about, driving the price up on these fights, offering Vargas and Mikey $7 million and Charlo. So when you do these type of things, then it drives the value up. Well, even after the pandemic slows down, they don't have to start offering this kind of money anymore. And I think that they're going to be reluctant to do that. You know what I mean? So with that being said, do we ever get these major, dollar fights like it was before? Maybe not. Maybe not. It's just going to die down. But I thought that Joshua could have broke it, bro. Either between Joshua Fury or maybe even Joshua Wilder, depending on how that was marketed. Because you got to think about it. This is the heavyweight division, U.S. versus Great Britain. Man, that shit could have broke Floyd and them, right? Because this is a heavyweight.
With the state that boxing is in America right now, I don't think it would have between Wilder and AJ. Because boxing's way down there in the list of like top sports in America.
So it's 11, but shit, in 11 is in America is more than number 1 in most countries if you think about it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like shit.
It's like top 3 over here. You'd have like the whole country watching the fucking fight if it was when it's AJ and Fury.
And then it's just like it. But see, the marketing side of it, why I think it would have passed it, because look, this was before the pandemic. This would have happened, and it's always been huge when you got this American versus whoever kind of battle. You know what I mean?
Like back and forth over the 2 years.
Yeah, that fight would have been massive. I think. I know they would have promoted the hell out of it.
I hope it happens still, but it's never gonna. It's gonna be a fucking May Pack thing, innit? It's gonna be happen too late, and people are gonna lose interest.
I don't want to see
It
that
will.
fight. Wilder Fury, I don't want to see that. I mean, Wilder Joshua, I'm not interested in that fight anymore because
Well, it's also irrelevant right now.
yeah, it's irrelevant, and I don't find it as competitive as I once found it. I actually thought it was like 50-50 at one point because AJ had these significant deficiencies that he just don't. They're not as glaring anymore. He still has some, but that stamina and endurance issues definitely not there. It's not present like it was before because it was really significant.
Pretty much answered a lot of questions that people had. I felt.
Yeah, after the 7th round, like before that first Ruiz fight, if you could get Joshua after the 7th round, he was gassing out. You could really get him up out of there. So I always thought if Wilder could survive 6 or 7 rounds back there, Wilder's fast and his timing is impeccable with that right hand. I felt like he would start gassing AJ out and catch him with that right hand. AJ don't have the greatest chin either. You know what I mean? He has a good chin. There's no saying that he wouldn't have got back up from one of Wilder's right hand and could have punished him too, because we done seen AJ get up and punish a guy. But I think Wilder could have put him down. You know what I mean? And that right hand, man, ain't nobody taking too many of the right hands for Wilder, bro. Take a couple of them. This is night. I
always saw it as whoever lands first. Fight.
Yeah, because AJ, he pack a wallop too, you know. But Wilder got a chin, and I keep saying that, man. Wilder got a chin. Well, I think AJ's a way better closer than Wilder. Wilder gets a man hurt, he lose all fucking sense of technique. He get a man hurt and turn into a hood rat bitch fighting, windmill and all type of crazy shit. I think he probably want to start throwing knees and elbows in that bitch. He just can't. But when Joshua will get you hurt, he start coming with technical punches, bro. Nice uppercuts and hooks and, you know, body shots and get you out of there the right way. You know what I mean? So they get each other hurt. I will have to depend on AJ closing the show more than Wilder. Wilder might get clipped by a guy like AJ as wild as he get. When he get AJ hurt, he might get clipped by AJ coming in with all that wild shit. You know what I mean?
A variety of punches that would
the only problem is AJ's the one who's been knocked out trying to close the show, not Wilder.
Well,
at least knocked down. At least knocked down.
Well, I know one thing. Fuck AJ and Wilder. My guy just put Wilder to bed. How about that? How about that, Smoke? Yeah,
you know, it's a trilogy. It's a trilogy for a reason. Yeah, he's out. I know you wish it wasn't a trilogy, but there is one.
I wish it wasn't a trilogy.
You don't want to say trying to see how to do nothing but retire. That's what you want to see.
You're correct. Listen, you're correct. I don't want to see it. I do wish it wasn't a trilogy because it's a worthless fight to me. I know Fury's gonna beat him up. I'm not intrigued by it, and I wish for Fury to move on from him. That's why you're correct. I don't want to see it.
It's worthless. To be honest.
It's as worthless as the penny with a hole in it. Man, Wilder couldn't beat a drum in that fight.
Come on.
Yeah, but he's not fighting that fight. That was fight number 2. Fight number 3 is fight number 3. It's not fight number 2.
Okay, so
fight number 3 is gonna happen in fight number 3.
Okay, fight number 1, Fury gets robbed. Fight number 2, Fury whoops ass.
I mean, that's your narrative. That's your narrative. Fight number 1 was a draw, and Wilder could have got robbed. It was a draw. It was a draw, but Wilder could have gotten robbed. Just as easily as Fury got robbed, right? So Fury erased all of the controversy, and Fury erased all of the controversy in my mind.
Right, in your mind. There we go. Yeah. That's the kick.
Right. In my mind, he erased the controversy, right? But there's a trilogy, right? It was a voluntary fight, but he's a champion. It's a trilogy. Right. Let's see what happens. That's
the majority consensus is that Wilder lost that first fight. So in your mind, like you said, yeah, okay, but the majority consensus is that no.
What's the majority consensus? Is that a newspaper?
Most fans.
Is most fans a website?
Oh, we can take a little poll here. We can take a little poll here.
Okay, so what you mean is most fans here? Okay, cool. Then say that instead of saying most fans.
Say most. No, what I mean is most fans. We could take a poll here.
How would you know what most fans? How would you know what most fans?
Hold on, Smoke. Hold on. Don't start that shit. We could take a poll here. We could take a poll on Unbiased's channel. We could take a poll in a lot of places. And most fans are going to feel like Fury won the first fight.
Okay, so you mean most fans on YouTube that are on these pages?
No,
stop trying to crowdsource your opinion, man. Just stop it. Just have your opinion and then move on. I got you. You and other people think that Fury won the fight.
Relax. It's not just YouTube, like professional fighters and
professional fighters, right? Professional fighters and fans also thought Wilder got robbed. So what?
Yeah, okay. That's all I said, Smoke. Why you mad? Why you mad? Tell her why you mad, son. Tell her why you mad.
Wilder got robbed.
Me, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. It's actually a gorgeous day. It's actually
all right, fuck all that. Tell us about this then, Smoke. Why Wilder on this bitch move right now?
This is another one of your genius conclusions that Wilder's on a bitch move? Okay,
so let me explain it to you.
Okay, I know it is. What is it? What's the bitch move? What's the bitch move?
Okay, I can't explain it until you quiet. Let me explain his bitch move. His bitch move right now. All right, so this is it. You got my guy Fury calling your punk ass out, talking about, hey, punk, what you gonna do about this fight, about this trilogy? You done had enough time to heal. You've been quiet long enough to come talk to us. What's up with this fight, you little bitch? And he don't say anything. He just stay tucked up under his cover, up under that fucking cold rock he been under. And he don't say a word to my guy Fury, calling him a doser, a bum, a joke, and everything. And then Dillian Whyte loses. He comes from under the rock and say, "Glah, say glah." So you got to say something to him. What about that man that beat your ass and been calling you out? You don't have nothing to say about that? Bitch move, Smoke. What's up with that bitch move?
All right. So first off, they do have a fight, right? So they're going to fight. So this whole like drawing back and forth in social media is for bitches and people who celebrate bitch behavior. I guess that's what you're doing, right? So you need for these two to do a bunch of rhetoric back and forth when they're going to have a fight. Whatever, that's on you. The other thing is, Povetkin won. It wasn't just that Dillian Whyte lost. Povetkin won. How do you know that message wasn't for Povetkin?
How would that make sense?
It makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense that it was for Whyte.
No, it makes perfect sense it's for Whyte.
No, it doesn't. Okay, do you know what eye for an eye means? What was the eye for an eye?
That's what we're getting at.
Right. Well, that's what I'm getting at. What it doesn't make sense. It makes just as much sense that he was talking to Povetkin that it makes that he was talking to Whyte. Just as much sense.
No. This is why it makes sense. Hold on, Zaro. This is why it makes sense. For one, this wouldn't be the first time Wilder has said some ignorant fucking shit. So by Whyte getting knocked out, and the fact that he got knocked out, his ignorant ass could believe eye for an eye fit the bill there. See? No, it doesn't make sense. Are you ignorant? Hold up, I won't finish. It doesn't make sense to us. This is what we said. This shit don't make no sense. But to an idiot coming out trying to say something, it's going to make sense. And Wilder is an idiot.
Or you're just misinterpreting it to call Wilder an idiot, and you're the idiot because you don't know what he's talking about. He could be talking to Povetkin, and it's just over your head.
No, why you mad? Why you mad? I call this man an idiot.
Why do you need me to be mad? Why do you need me to be mad?
I call this man an idiot, dog.
Why do you need for me to be mad?
Why I gotta be an idiot? Why I gotta be an idiot?
Why do you need me to be mad?
Why I gotta be an idiot?
I mean, I'm navigating traffic right now, but I ain't mad about it.
Oh man, look, your boy did a bitch move, man. Why y'all trying to accept? Well, why do a bitch move?
You're just doing some hater shit because Dillian Whyte got knocked out. This ain't even about Wilder. Wilder made the most quick thing.
You already know that.
This ain't even about Whyte. Man, first you were talking about how Whyte wasn't gonna win, and then as soon as Wilder said something, now Whyte's gonna beat Wilder. Man, get out of here. You're just hating on Wilder. Let's just stick to the fact that Whyte got knocked out, and Alexander Povetkin is the one who knocked him out.
What who the hell said something about Whyte being Wilder? What the fuck are you talking about?
You look at. Did you not see that? Did you not see that?
I just said Dillian Whyte. Hold on. I just said Dillian Whyte would not have been able to take those punches that Wilder took against Luis Ortiz, fam. That's what I said. I ain't saying nothing about Wilder beating up Whyte. I was actually defending Wilder. I said Wilder had a better chin than Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte wouldn't have been able to stand up to those punches that Wilder took in the first fight with Ortiz. So what the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. In your zealousness to call Wilder an idiot for that post, you said that both Whyte and Povetkin could beat Wilder.
They could.
So why is he the one tweeting? Tweet it. So that's what I'm talking about.
They could. I said they both could beat him. Does that mean they would beat him?
That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about.
So you saying they can't beat him?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm talking about. You asked what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Before you were talking about.
No. All right. I think that Lomachenko can beat Teofimo. I think Lomachenko can beat him. Who am I picking, Smoke? So what you saying, man? What the fuck is irrelevant? I think Loma can beat Teofimo, but I'm picking Teo gonna knock Loma the fuck out.
Okay, so you make this make sense to me then. Since you're explaining
Wilder, I would pick Wilder to win because I think Dillian Whyte got some defensive inefficiencies, and I've said that. But I still think he can beat him. The fuck are you talking about? You're just mad, dog. You're just mad.
I know you need for me to be mad, but no, really what you said.
You are a Wilder protector, and I knew you were going to come here today. I set this fucking live up for you.
I got it. Okay, I'm mad. I'm mad, or you. I'm mad, but you're the one coming
here with your.
But you won't stop talking so I can speak, right? But I'm mad.
In your folders, in your Wilder protection.
I'm real pissed. I'm real pissed that Dillian Whyte got knocked out. I'm upset. I'm absolutely livid. That Deontay Wilder the only statement he's given since he lost was about George Floyd and some costume, right? I'm real pissed about
that. No, wrong. He promoted his clothing line twice as well. Don't forget that.
But when did he promote his clothing line?
Straight after the George Floyd and straight after Dillian Whyte.
Okay, so are you sure he promoted his clothing line?
Apps, check his
Twitter. Are you sure that's what he was doing?
Check it. He literally posted
right, I got it. So this is the hater report, right? Everything Wilder does must have some sort of negative spin put on it, right? Even if you don't know what he's talking about, it has to be negative.
Listen to what I'm saying, Smoke.
I got it. I know what you're saying. He was wearing his sweatshirt.
Listen to the words I am saying. He posted the link to his shop.
He posted the link to his shop when? What are you talking about, dude?
What are you talking about?
Smoke, stop being so angry, son. Listen, it's just like this, Smoke.
So hard for no reason.
Wilder made a bitch move, man. Why is it so hard to accept your boy made a bitch move, dog? He should have just stayed quiet, Smoke. See, because
like we stole his girl.
Here's the thing, dog. Now, I know you know about the streets, but it's a certain thing. Wilder from the street, he from the hard streets too. He know the code, son. It's a bitch move. Either you shut up and stay silent, but you don't come out to celebrate or talk about another man's loss when you dealing with your own loss. And that man that beat your ass is running his mouth about you. You ain't got nothing to say to him. See, in the street, Smoke, that's a bitch move. So you got to understand that Wilder came out with a bitch move. We know that's your boy. We know you go down for Wilder.
I know you hate on Wilder and you're just rambling about some nonsense right now. He said it in Russian. Does Dillian Whyte speak Russian? Does Dillian Whyte speak Russian? Was it message to Dillian Whyte or was it message to Povetkin? You tell me that.
The message is Wilder was on.
Was it message to Dillian Whyte or was it message to Povetkin? Because the message was in Russian. So why do you feel like that he was speaking to Dillian Whyte in Russian?
Okay, hold on.
Talking about an eye for an eye.
All right, well, let me answer. The facts are, I'm calling it a bitch move because the message wasn't Tyson Fury. If you're going to come out and talk, and you ain't been saying shit since you got your fucking ass whooped, and my dude Fury, that whooped your ass, been talking cash, money, shit about you, your dosa, for all of this time. If you're going to come out and say something, you come out and you talk to me, boy. You don't come out talking to somebody.
Right, I get it. That's some immature shit. I get it. That's some immature street shit. That's some immature street shit. If you already got to fight, then what you do, you do your talk with your fist. They do their talk with their fist. You on some nonsense right now. They do the talk with their fist.
Hold on.
We don't know if they're gonna fight.
Hold on. Now let me respond to that. That's the type of shit Wilder on. Now that might not be how we conduct ourselves, and I agree with that. But that's how Wilder's on that bullshit. Then don't sit up here.
On the bullshit. You're saying he's a bitch for not being on the bullshit. Man, come on. You twisted your own argument out.
You need to listen.
Stop that bullshit, Smoke. Stop it. Stop it right now. Wilder is on that type of immature bullshit. On that street shit. So cut it out, dog. That's his mentality. So look, the fact that I've been there and I lived there, I know what the mentality is. That's his mentality. Now you might not agree with it. It may not be logical. But I see that. It take one to know one. You ain't never been in that life. You ain't been in that life.
You know what I know about that life? You know what I know about that life? They don't drive Pepsi trucks.
Well, I don't give
That's what I know about that life. I think you might be projecting your mentality onto him.
Nah. I'm not projecting anything this time, Smoke. It's a certain grittiness. Like you got an Anthony Joshua type heavyweight, and you got a Dillian Whyte type heavyweight. Dillian Whyte is the street tight heavyweight.
Dillian Whyte ain't no street nothing. Dillian Whyte is a street sweeper.
Man,
Dillian Whyte ain't street at all.
No.
Dillian Whyte is a clout chasing liar, dude. Like, get out of here. Dillian Whyte is full of shit.
Listen, it ain't about no mentality. It's the mentality where you grow up from as an athlete. I'm not trying to hear that bullshit you talking about. A lot of athletes grow up in that environment. You gain your first everything about life. Everything about life you gain from a 0 to 7. These motherfuckers are not professional boxers from birth to 7. So there's a certain environment they grow up in. And you start to adapt these ways of thinking. Period, fam. That's just life. So don't give me that bullshit about Dillian Whyte being a fake. He grew up on the hard streets.
He grew up on the hard nothing. He grew up on a hard match.
What the fuck ever, dog. Don't start it. Anthony Joshua didn't. It's just that simple. Deontay
He's hard scrapping.
Deontay Wilder grew up like I grew up in them hard streets like I grew up. He didn't grow up like you grew up. And when you grow up in them hard streets,
listen, I understand the difference between low income and street.
Let me finish talk. When you grow up in them hard streets like that, you address the man that address you. That's what you do. And if you don't, it's a bitch move. Period. That's how he grew up. Not how you grew up. And the respectable, you even told us, okay? And that's nothing wrong with that. But you grew up with a certain element around you. Wilder and I, we didn't grow up with that element. You address the man that's talking to you. You don't go talk on some side shit going on. Or if you
have a fight schedule, you are tripping. Or
if you
they have a fight schedule.
What's the next fight you can talk about?
They have a fight schedule.
Just accept the fact that your boy pulled up.
Man, get out of here, man. You accept the fact that you're grasping at straws. That at this point, it's just grasping at straws. You're creating a situation for this dude to seem like he's doing something other than accepting the challenge to actually shut Tyson Fury's mouth up in the ring. So he don't need to go in this back and forth jaw jacking. The relevant fight was between Alexander Povetkin and Dillian Whyte, both of whom have some funk with Deontay Wilder. So the message was cryptic enough that you don't know who the fuck he was addressing to or what he was talking about. So all this bitch move stuff and call him an idiot, this is nothing but you hating on Wilder for whatever reason you feel like you need to hate on Wilder. That's all this is it. That's all it is. It ain't about how I grew up. It ain't about how you grew up.
How come other people agree if it's just me? It ain't just me.
Because they do the same damn thing. What are you talking about? I heard it yesterday. I heard all yesterday. Dillian Whyte didn't make no excuses. Dillian Whyte would stand up. Dillian Whyte just would take his loss like a man. It just happens in boxing. But Wilder is a coward. Wilder was hating. But man, get out of here with this, dude. Like you guys keep acting like you ain't Wilder haters. Just keep telling yourself you don't hate Wilder. Whatever, dude. Whatever. Yeah, I'm mad, dude. But okay, cool.
Nobody hate Wilder. Why you so mad, son? That's the question. Why you so mad?
Yeah, I got it. So should I laugh?
No,
I'm just not mad. Like really, I'm just saying that you guys are my friends, and Wilder's not. Neither is Fury and none of that stuff. I'm telling you guys, as the people I hang out with, right, and I spend my time with, you guys are some fucking Wilder haters. That's what this is. That's all this is.
Didn't you call Whyte a bum twice since you've been in here?
Did I call Whyte? Did I call Whyte some what?
You called Whyte a bum twice since you've been here.
Yeah, I call and is that against law?
So
I don't think Whyte's very good.
You're calling us haters, and then you're gonna.
I don't think Whyte's very good. Is that offensive to you? Oh, do I call myself a Whyte hater? Oh yes, exactly. Acknowledge it all the time. You have no problem. Whyte is trash. I hate on Whyte.
Okay,
I call him white privilege. I call him white lies. I call him white hype. Yes, I have no problem. For some reason, you guys have a problem just embracing the obvious. You go out of your way to hate on it.
We don't think he's good either. So stop putting words into our fucking mouths and chill out.
Nah, I'm gonna do me. But thanks for the suggestion.
But why you so mad though?
You know, it's how I roll, man. I roll 100% mad apparently. But this is me.
Don't stop talking for like an hour.
Well, listen.
Okay. Well, okay. So is there a time limit now? Man, get this bum out of here, dude.
No. Here it goes.
Nothing about being
all right, hold on.
Delusional.
Yeah. Here's how it goes. Everybody but Smoke think what Wilder did is a bitch move. That nigga Wilder was on some bitch shit, some hoe ass shit. He gonna sit here.
Careful, you called Wilder a bitch. He's gonna kick off again.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't care. Listen, I already know you guys are haters. I just wish you guys would be more honest about it. That's it. Just say I hate on Wilder, and then commit to hate on Wilder. Why don't you just instead of acting like you're all like you're objective and this is just the streets that judgment? No, this is your hater ass biased judgment. That's all this is.
Well, why I gotta be a hater? Because I just recognize some bitch shit Wilder, son.
I don't know. I think you get a kick out of it, but I can't really tell why you're a hater. I wish you tell me why you're a hater. Actually,
I'm saying, Smoke. I ain't talked about I ain't talked about Wilder in a long time. And as a matter of fact, until I got this DM yesterday, I have not talked about Wilder. The last thing I said about Wilder prior to this DM was in defense of Wilder, saying respect Wilder. I put a live up, respect Wilder. I don't know why y'all acting like Deontay Wilder in the factor, blah, 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 blah. That's the last time I talked about Wilder. So I want to know, how am I a hater? Because now he come out of the cut on some bitch shit, and I recognize it. How does that make me a hater?
Because he didn't come out of the cut on some bitch shit. That he just said a tweet, blase blah, and this is the response. All of a sudden he's a bitch. He needs to respond to Tyson Fury. He's talking shit to Dillian Whyte. Like all this shit. This is what it is. That's why I said what I said, because of all this. Had nothing to do with what you said about whether or not he's going to beat Whyte or the fact that you haven't said anything or whatever else you're talking about. I can name a bunch of Wilder hating shit that you did. So I know your position is, as long as you say something positive and negative, that means you're not a hater. But that's not my definition. That's your definition.
You ain't never once told me some hating shit that I done said about Wilder. I'm only. I never heard.
Okay, so you want me to hit
the obvious, Smoke?
Okay, all right. So let me ask you this. The two-part question. You not even a two-part question. One is an observation. You say that I've heard you extol the reality of suggestive journalism, right? And how they can get people to believe anything, right? So then you look at a piece like Wilder's costume, right? A clear example of suggestive journalism, clear. But what you did was, instead of saying, "Hey, you know what? This is a piece of selective journalism," what you do is say, "Wilder's making excuses."
What are you talking about?
Why is that hating?
We're talking about this one comment he made.
Well,
and you're making it about.
Okay, actually, I'm not talking to either one of you guys. I'm talking to D. So if you want me to talk to you, right, I can talk to you about your thoughts. But I'm talking to D about what D did.
I got it. Hold on, Zaros. He's talking about an article. I remember the article or the when Deontay Wilder. Listen, Smoke. Well, at least me. I don't know about everyone else, because you do that sometimes too. You talk about what everyone else say and apply it to me. at least me myself with that Wilder situation. I heard him say certain things about that vest, which I considered an excuse. It wasn't about what anybody else said. For me, it was about the shit Wilder said. Now you interpreted it as something else, just like you interpreted this blase blah as something else. But I'm interpreting it as Wilder ignorant as being on some bullshit, just like now.
Sorry, the whole costume leg thing only came from an article. It didn't come from any interview. It didn't come from any interview from Wilder's words. It came from an article.
Listen. Articles have quotes. That means he said it. No.
Okay, and you also understand suggestive journalism, so you know that a quote can be taken out of context.
It could,
right?
It could.
Yeah.
But I choose because of just common sense or common reasoning or deductive reasoning, whatever you want to call it. I choose to believe that Wilder says it because from what I see of him, it fits. You choose not to believe that.
No, what the issue wasn't whether or not he said what he said. The issue was whether or not what he was saying was an excuse. Because the article said what he said was an excuse, right? It could have been him talking about how he felt that night. But the way that the article was written and the suggestion of the editor was that he was making an excuse.
Right.
Even though they were taking part of it, they only were taking part of what he said and put that up. And you know that that's what they were doing because they even used all of the actual journalistic tools at their disposal to do it. They used dillers, they used brackets, they used all sorts of commercial quotes. They had other people in it, full well that it had all the hallmarks of suggestive journalism, right? All right.
Right. And guess what I didn't hear from Wilder? Guess what I didn't hear from Wilder? And I don't believe you or anybody else heard it either. I never heard. I didn't say that. I didn't never say that. I never said anything like that. I didn't imply that. We never heard any of that from Wilder. Never. We only hearing it from Getting This Smoke.
Any of what from Wilder? Wilder's now supposed to.
Denied it. He never fucking denied it. Only
yes,
you.
He did. Yes, he did. Do you want me? Yes, he did.
Oh,
yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yeah, of course he did. Hey, come on, man. Stop that.
What's up, Eric?
Yo, what's up?
Where did you deny it?
Yeah, we are. I was giving Wilder some flames. Smoke was gonna come up with his suit and tie on. Hey, man,
like, why not just blame the dude for sucking, like for getting his ass broke? Blame him for something that he does, man. Like, it's always some bullshit that he didn't do, or maybe he didn't do. Like, why? Why can't you just? There's enough wrong with him that you can hate for him for what he actually is responsible for.
All right, Eric. All right, hold on. Let me explain, Eric, because Smoke mad right now. Smoke mad. So look, let me explain. This was going on.
Yeah, I'm big mad. I'm hopping mad. I'm a Yosemite fan mad.
Chill. Let me explain to Eric. Sam, come on, dog. All right, look, Eric. So I said this. I said Wilder been quiet all this time, right? Fury been talking cash shit to him. All of this, also this, also that. Wilder has said nothing. Now, Dillian Whyte lose. Now he come out, he got something to say. So all I said is a bitch move. I said, Smoke, your boy pulled a bitch move, and Smoke went off. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think, Eric? Do you think it's a bitch move or not?
I said this yesterday on here, that Wilder either needs to respond to Fury or keep doing what he's doing. Don't say nothing, because what happened with Dillian Whyte and Povetkin had nothing to do with Wilder. Those are two men Wilder did not fight. Those are two men he has nothing to do with. So his opinion or his comments are not related. It doesn't need to be any comments from him on that. And an eye for an eye. Why has he got an eye for an eye with Povetkin? What has Povetkin done to him for him to get back at him?
I think you need to do some research.
No, I don't. I want to do. I'm asking you a question.
I answered you. I think you need to do some research. They were supposed to fight. There were lawsuits involved.
And what? Okay, an eye for an eye. The lawsuit was involved. Where is he getting his own back? Explain that.
Maybe he feels like he's going to become the champion again, and Povetkin is going to be the mandatory. Since we're all speculating, right? It's a bunch of speculation. I don't understand how you guys, for some reason, just instead of just going, I don't know what he's saying.
Okay, can I just say this?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. When I saw when I heard the quote before, like there was any, so I don't even know what the timeline. Somebody showed it to me. My immediate response was, "What the fuck is this dude talking about? What does I have to do with anything?" Right?
Exactly.
But then. Right, and a bunch of people said the same thing. What is he talking about? But then I started hearing, "Oh yeah, he's talking shit about Whyte." Where you get that from? He could be talking about any fucking thing.
Can I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
So you're saying that we're suggesting. So which one's more plausible? The fact that Dillian Whyte laughed at him when he got knocked out or got stopped by Fury, and there was a lawsuit with Povetkin. Is it more of an eye for an eye? The fact that Dillian Whyte got his ass knocked out, yeah, or that Povetkin won, and all of a sudden it's an eye for an eye. It's more plausible that an eye for an eye means you laughed at me when I got stopped. Now I'm laughing at you, and everybody else is laughing at you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
now
the whole point was he didn't laugh at him. But he didn't laugh.
Yeah,
like, listen,
he didn't do anything. It was
Smoke,
a still picture. He didn't do anything. It was an implied laugh. Cut it out.
Yeah.
Right now it's implied laugh.
Everybody is
laughing. I got it. And that's what I'm saying.
If everybody is laughing
that would
at you
show
now.
that he was getting back, just saying I believe an eye for an eye.
Yeah, because
how come everybody else miraculously get it, but Smoke? Everybody else miraculously understand.
First off, everyone didn't miraculously get it.
Yeah, everybody got it, bro. Everybody
actually, a bunch of people said, "What the fuck is this?" Just like I did. What the fuck is this?
Okay, hold on.
Do you want me to put links?
Okay, hold on, Smoke. Hold on. The only reason people said, "What the fuck is this?" was for the glide. That's it.
They said eye for an eye.
Don't start all this cutting off. Now I ain't been cutting nobody off. I don't care what you've been doing.
Let's stop it. Stop trying to know what. Do you want me to put in the link where people were
all right, man. Let me talk. Just let me get this off. Only thing people was confused about was what glide mean. As soon as everybody found out eye for an eye, they said, "Oh, that's stupid. He a bitch. That's a bitch move." You just don't want to accept the fact that your boy Wilder pulled a bitch move. It's just that simple, dog. Your boy pulled a damn bitch move. Come on with that. He should have said something to the man who beat his ass. If you gonna come out and talk, the first person you should talk to is the dude that beat your ass. And it won't Dillian Whyte because he didn't want to fight him. It won't Povetkin because he didn't want to fight him. The dude that beat his ass was Tyson Fury. And he ain't had nothing to say. Look at this. Let me move Boxing Monster comment right quick. You see that, Rico? What's up, Rico? You see that, Smoke? He took his belt.
I'm about to go into this church right quick. I'll be right back out. Hold on one second.
All right. He took his belt. He took that man's belt. Took his shit, man. And you don't have nothing to say to Fury. Man, Smoke need to cut it out. Virtuoso. What's up, dog?
What's up, D? So I wanted to chime in because, like, when I saw that tweet, right, I'm thinking, okay, yeah, it was interpreted as, an eye for an eye. But my thing is this. What exactly did Whyte do to him for him to say that? They never fought each other. They never did him dirty. Exactly. It was all about Fury that supposedly cheated him, that did him dirty. With the fucked up gloves. The doctored up gloves. They had a foreign object in it. Remember that? He said no. He said nothing about like trying to dispel that argument, trying to debunk that. He kept quiet when all his minions started hyping up this fucking conspiracy theory. And I'm looking at how these two individuals, right, how they handle their losses, right. See, Dillian Whyte spoke to the media. He admitted he got knocked out. He did. It was a tactical error from his part. That's what he admits. With Wilder, it was like, okay, we've been waiting for a while to hear from him, and then he comes out from his home in Alabama with an IG post going live saying, I'm your king. You know, I'm rise from the ashes. It's just more theatrics from him, man. I'm like, yo, dog, just keep it real, man. Just admit that you lost, man, and send your congratulations to the guy who beat you. That's what being a fucking sportsman is. But nah, man, I gotta say all this shit, you know.
Yeah, I was just going to
being
add
that
that's
extra.
dangerous for Wilder because I think in his head he doesn't feel like he's lost.
Yeah.
No.
That's dangerous for him.
Look at him. Look at his face right there. Look at him. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that the ref like he did something. Bayless ain't do nothing to you. You lost, you big stupid nigga.
What Wilder don't realize how much it hurt Kenny Bayless to even stop that fight. Kenny Bayless was trying to do everything to keep that fight going.
He didn't want to stop it.
So many chances. Even extra time.
When Wilder got knocked down the first time, Kenny Bayless didn't even know where to look. He was like, "Oh shit, do I go to Fury? Do I go to? Do I count? What the fuck?"
But this wasn't on the script. Quick, pass me the script. This wasn't written down.
Like, man, get your shit together. Get your shit
He
together.
stumbled around the ring. Kenny Bayless stumbled around the ring, looked at Fury, was like, "Oh shit, am I meant to count now?"
What do I do? Oh shit!
Yo, D. When Smoke come back from church, praying for his boy, ask him what was the first thing that came out of Wilder's mouth in that post interview at the end of that fight. The first thing that came out of his mouth was a goddamn excuse.
My legs.
Exactly.
My legs.
There was a lot of things going on in camp. I'd rather not discuss it right now. Tell Smoke to defend that.
I make no excuses but my legs.
I had a lot of things going on in camp.
What I say?
Every time.
That the only thing people was confused about with this post was the glaze. Like, what the fuck does that mean? That's the only reason people was talking about what that means. But as soon as they found out it meant eye for an eye, Smoke need to cancel that silly shit, bro. They knew it was like, man, that's just stupid. This nigga a coward. He don't.
Every single time Wilder has a bad performance, he has an excuse. If it's not his bicep, it's his hand is broken or he's done something. Every single time he has a bad performance.
He's also the same nigga that says, if something's wrong, don't make an excuse. If you lost, you lost.
Yep.
Fix it in camp. So nigga, fix it in camp.
So look, do you think it was a bitch move?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Eric,
Yep.
you think it was a bitch move?
100%.
Virtuoso, bitch move.
Bitch move.
Charles D, think it was a bitch move.
That nigga's a sucker.
Oh, what's up, Smoke?
Okay.
I'll second that.
Which one of you guys have a problem admitting you're Wilder hater?
On the
Is it one of you or all of you? Which one of you has a problem admitting that you're Wilder hater? Is it one of you or all of you?
To admit.
Yo, Smoke. First off, how would I be a Wilder hater when I pick Wilder to win that rematch?
So you don't admit it, right? So cool. So who else?
That's not hating if I picked him to win the rematch.
Who did I pick? Yeah, who did I pick to win the rematch? Who did I pick?
Oh.
Okay, so you think your pick makes you not a hater or not a hater?
Right.
But okay, cool. But it doesn't.
Because he's done it twice with the dumpster. That's not being a hater. That's him being. That's not being a hater. He's doing sucker shit.
No, that's being a hater. If you thought he's gonna win, then you thought he's gonna win.
I know, but what was it? What was his first comment that came out of his mouth in the post-fight interview in the ring? Can you please tell me that when he lost to Fury?
I do not know what the first comment he made, but I know during that entire speech he said, "The best man won. I'm gonna come again."
He never said the best man won, Smoke.
How much one bet?
He never said the best man won. What is the first thing that came out of his mouth? Oh, I had problems in camp. I don't
okay, that wasn't the first thing that came out of his mouth. But that shows what a hater's memory will do to him.
No, it shows what a man can do. When did you ever hear him say the best man won?
I like your supposed proof that you're not a hater, but nah.
When did he say the best man won?
That's not it, bro.
When did he say the best man won?
All this stuff is easy to prove.
No, it's not easy.
All you gotta do is pull up the link, baby. Just pull up the link.
What link do you got, Smoke?
Post-fight interview.
Which link do you got? Beef or turkey?
The post-fight interview. That's all you got to do. You don't have to argue facts.
He didn't say that shit in the ring, Smoke.
We don't gotta argue facts, baby.
I'm talking about in the ring, Smoke. As soon as he lost,
I'm saying in the ring.
He didn't say that. He did not say no best man.
How much you want to bet?
What you gonna show me some shit you doctored up?
How much you want to bet? No, dude, put it your link. The link to the interview in the ring. How am I gonna doctor it up?
Do your research. Do your research.
Okay, do my research. Okay, cool. Do you seem like I'm confused?
So what did he say?
Oh yeah.
Maybe to you. I told you. I told you what he said. He said.
Smoke,
he said
it's funny how you remember the best man win, but you don't remember the first bit.
Right, because I've been battling haters ever since the fucking thing happened. Ever since it happened, I'm like, why can't you guys actually just congratulate Fury? Nah, it was 2 weeks of Wilder hate. That's what happened. That's why I know what the fuck happened, and you guys don't. You're still in that Wilder hate mode.
Why we gotta hate Wilder?
That's what you need to do is get the Wilder hate out your heart. Start appreciating.
Yeah, but when you say something about Dillian Whyte, it's not hate. It's just the fact that he's a crap fighter.
I tell you it's hate, motherfucker. No, I told you it's hate. I told you my thing for Dillian Whyte is Dillian Whyte hate. I'm hating on the dude. I don't have a problem acknowledging it. You guys got a problem acknowledging your hate for Wilder. Just acknowledge it. We can all move on. We can laugh about it. Actually, I just need to laugh about it. But as long as you pretend like it's just like, oh yeah, I'm just a regular old boxing fan, give my regular old boxing opinion. Man, stop it.
Smoke. Why do you hate Dillian?
Why do I hate Dillian? Because he talks entirely too much shit about fighters he's not going to fight.
Oh.
And not only that.
Ironic.
Okay. Really?
It's ironic. The fighter that he wanted to fight, he couldn't. He 1,000 days.
1,000 days for what? Ain't nobody worried about no fucking Dillian Whyte.
He ain't.
Suleiman told Whyte to shut the fuck up. He's gonna get kicked. Or he's gonna get sued. And guess what he did? Shut his bitch ass up because he's lying. And you guys are, and you over here like, and you're over here talking, and you over here perpetuating the lies. The dude is full of shit. The entire time he's full of shit. You know why? Because the entire time he was talking about I was #1 guy. There was already a mandatory.
So why
he
you mad?
Had that fight, but he turned it down.
Why you so mad though?
Okay, right. Well, I'm in and out of traffic, really.
Smoke about the Thelma and Louise right off the cliff.
Okay, yeah, that's what it is. It's about me being mad now, right? I get it. You guys keep deflecting. You can keep spinning it and spinning it, spinning it. All I'm telling you is that you guys need to look in the mirror and recognize the Wilder hater. That's all. That's all. Then you can do some chin-ups.
Damn, you
go harder than Wilder. The medicine mirror. Look into it to this point and say, you know what? I'm a Wilder hater. And then just appreciate it for what it is.
Hold on, Smoke. Let me ask you this, Smoke. Let me ask you this. How come you just can't admit that it was a bitch move?
Because I don't know that it was. If I thought it was a bitch move, I wouldn't be here fucking saying nothing.
But it was a clear bitch move, though, bro.
Okay, it's a clear bitch move to you.
He gonna come out.
It's clear as mud. Everything's clear to you.
Smoke. Wilder ain't said nothing. You know, that's your boy. That's your boy. So you know he ain't said nothing. He been cold silent, cold zero. Then all of a sudden, Dillian Whyte get knocked out. He come out glass. You ain't been saying nothing. It ain't been no pose, no innuendos. Hold on. No, none of that. And whether you want to say it was to Breaking or not, you've been cold silent to the man that knocked you out. So the first words when you return to the media to address that issue.
Yeah, I get it. You said this like 4 times. Son. You made this point 4 times.
So why don't you
they're going to fight. They're going to fight. They're going to fight. There is nothing they need to say to one another.
I know.
Fury don't have to say nothing, and Wilder don't have to say nothing.
But just say this. My boy was on some
Fury can, and Wilder can say something or not say something.
Just say it with me. Just say it with me, Smoke. Just say it with me. My boy was on some bitch shit, though. Yeah, my boy D's on some bitch shit right now. My boy D's on some bitch shit. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to save him. I'm trying to save him. Stop talking so bad about these celebrities that we don't know. You got the Wilder.
But apparently we need to all live vicariously through the celebrities, right?
You got the Wilder.
We need to come up with some weird ass fucking way to either love or hate somebody.
How much Wilder paying you, bro? How much is Deontay Wilder paying you? Get this.
Wilder needs to pay me. Wilder needs to pay me to try to help my friends. Is that your next thing?
He's giving you free merch.
Wilder don't need to pay me to try to help you. I'm trying to help you. I'm here to help you. I'm here for you, baby.
Man, we need to
I'm here for you. I'm here to support you and your mental stability. I don't want you out here like crazy all the damn time, right?
Get this smoke. We're trying to give you an intervention, my brother. Okay? We're saying enough.
No, you were trying to talk shit about Wilder. That's what you're trying to do. You're just trying to talk shit about Wilder.
Deontay Wilder. We got to get you off this addiction, Smoke. You need help.
Bro, no, my addiction is for you, man. I'm trying to hang out with some people that know what the fuck they're talking about when they speak and not just go off emotion all the goddamn time. I know you from the street, but this ain't no street shit. This isn't.
Let me just say this.
Go on.
Deontay Wilder is what like Lean was to the rap industry.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I feel like I'm at it. I feel like there's an organizing principle to this panel. I'm gonna say what it is because I already said it enough. Right? But you guys keep on doing it. I'm here for you guys. I'm here for you.
This is the organizing principle to this panel. Charles, Virtuoso, Eric, and Varos understand that Wilder did some big shit, and we trying to help you, young brother. We're trying to help you realize.
All right. So do you think? All right. So I'm a confirmed hater of Dillian Whyte, right? Self-described, don't have any problem preaching to the rooftop. Do you think I didn't pick Dillian Whyte to beat people? Like, what the fuck are you guys on right now? You sound ridiculous, actually. But whatever. Do you?
I don't hate Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is trash, though. That's just a thought.
I don't like me. I don't hate Deontay Wilder. I just hate his fans. That just came for this nigga's bullshit. That's all, man.
Yeah.
I think Deontay Wilder was nice, in the Olympics. He had some simple.
For me, as a Deontay Wilder fan, it gets kind of hard because all I hear is bullshit accusations 24/7. So
you defend every single one, though, Smoke.
At least amongst friends and fans, we should be able to have this kind of discourse, right?
Yeah,
you know what?
You defend everything.
Smoke. The only thing I hate that he's doing right now is he's really doing some sucker shit. Because he did the same shit when Ruiz beat AJ, and now he's doing this shit. 2 fighters you did not fight.
What did he do with Ruiz?
But you got shit to talk about. Oh, he didn't tweet talking shit about AJ?
He talked mad shit about AJ for
yeah, hey, listen, I get you. I get exactly what you're saying.
This is what he does, man.
But listen. But this is. Did you
ever hear me say? Dillian Whyte laughing at Wilder was fucked up? You never heard me say that. You know why? Because I didn't think it was fucked up. I thought there was Dillian Whyte. I thought Dillian Whyte had a right to that emotion, that response. What I don't think he had a right to do was call Luis Ortiz an old man and not fight him, and say he was bummed and washed out and not fight him. I don't think he had the right to do that.
Why he said he'd fight Luis Ortiz though? He did no. He said he would fight him.
He called him an old man for years.
He said
he's been calling him an old man since 2018, and he got knocked out by a 40-year-old guy.
Smoke. He said he would fight Luis Ortiz as long as it was for the mandatory spot, not a second mandatory spot.
What did you say? What you say?
Wilder can say something about AJ, but he didn't fight him.
Okay, I think Wilder signed to fight him, and AJ said no. I'm pretty sure Wilder said yes. And I'm pretty sure that Matt was the one who pulled out. Right? I'm pretty sure, like you said, he doesn't fight Povetkin, but I'm pretty sure he signed the contract to fight Povetkin. It's Povetkin who caught dirty. I know that you guys conveniently want to go to didn't fight him, but I'm pretty sure that Wilder signed on the dotted line to fight both guys.
He didn't. He didn't sign to fight. He didn't sign to fight Joshua.
All right.
He didn't sign the contract.
The fight disappeared. He said I was going to sign, and then the fight disappeared.
So he didn't sign, Smoke. So he didn't sign.
So he can't talk shit. Was it Wilder that backed out of the fight?
You said he signed. You just said he signed.
Was it Wilder that backed out, or was it AJ?
You just said he signed.
Was it Wilder that backed out, or was it AJ?
You just said he signed.
You ain't going to acknowledge anything. But you going to acknowledge that it was AJ who backed out and not Wilder.
Well, he didn't. He had his mandatory.
Okay, right. Now you want to explain shit. I got it. So the point that I'm making to you is, yes, Wilder had a right to talk shit to AJ and to Whyte and to Pavetta.
He had no right.
He had no right. He didn't sign.
Whyte had a right. Whyte had a right to talk shit to Wilder.
He didn't
And you know what
sign.
else? You know what else?
Him.
I got you. I got you. He didn't.
You keep ignoring the point what you made.
No,
He didn't sign it.
Okay, but the overall point. Okay, you keep ignoring the point that you made. You said Wilder was talking shit about guys he didn't fight, as if Wilder was the one calling out of fights.
Well, here's a point here's a point that I'm gonna make.
He didn't sign the contract.
Talking shit about guys that he isn't gonna fight. You said Wilder did the same thing. So now
no, but Dillian Whyte
wanted
to fight Wilder. Why didn't Dillian Whyte fight Wilder? Why didn't Dillian Whyte fight Wilder?
Whether or not it's the same.
Why didn't Dillian Whyte fight Wilder? Smoke. Why did it? Was it Dillian Whyte's fault he didn't fight Wilder?
And Wilder sent out a tweet saying he wasn't going to fight him for like 2 years.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Why was it?
You know why was his fight? You know why it was his fault he didn't fight Wilder? Because he didn't. Because instead, I'll tell you how. Because instead of fighting Luis Ortiz,
no, that has nothing to do with it. Why didn't he fight Wilder?
But Luis Ortiz is not in the more contender though.
Because instead of fighting Dominic Brazil and Luis Ortiz, he fought Derek Chisora 2 for a pay-per-view. That's why it's his fault.
Dominic Brazil is not a mandatory.
Smoke.
But Dominic Brazil was the mandatory.
Well, who the hell is Deontay Wilder to dictate who the fuck is he supposed to fight to get a shot at him?
I didn't say he dictated it. I said that's why it's his fault. I didn't say
Dillian Whyte was ranked higher than Dominic Brazil.
So what? He wasn't the mandatory. Dominic Brazil was. We weren't. The fight wasn't for ranking. The fight was mandatory. That's why it was his fault that he didn't fight Deontay Wilder. Like I said.
That fight was for an eliminator.
One second. Charles Lee. One second.
The Ortiz fight was for eliminator. The Ortiz fight was for an eliminator. The Brazil fight was for the mandatory.
Yeah, and before the Brazil fight was called as a mandatory, Dillian Whyte was calling Deontay Wilder out, and he failed to fight him.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, he was.
No, it was not.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was. The only time that Wilder.
Hold on. Shout out to Unrivaled. He's the first to donate to get this smoke rehabilitation fund.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I got all. I know it's the organizing principle. Man, I've been doing this with you guys for damn near a year now. Stop playing.
We love you.
Pause.
Yeah, please.
Super pause.
Super pause. We both know what this is.
Just put pause after that, Smoke.
We all know what this is.
Wilders. You gotta find a way.
No, we don't until you say pause.
You gotta get off of it.
Nigga said we've been doing it with 2 guys. Like, nah, pause.
Be confused. Okay, but you can jump to conclusions about Wilder's cryptic ass tweet, but you don't know what the hell I'm saying when I say I love you, and I'm a fucking grown ass man with kids. Man, get out of here.
On the Wilders for too long, you can't sleep at night. It's wrecking your life.
Yeah. I'm breaking out, baby. I'm breaking out. Listen. I'll do even more of that to rescue you guys. I'll take all the slings and bars. I'll be wrong until I'm proven right. All that. You know this.
We're donating to the fund. We're trying to.
We gonna definitely help Smoke with this. He been doing it with 2 guys shit for the longest, man. Pause. We gotta help him with that too.
Yeah, but Charles D, you've got to realize it's Wilder and Earl Spence. That's his 2 guys.
But that's it. But what? Those my 2 guys. You out your damn mind. I got hella guys.
Pause. This shit's getting out of hand.
Listen, I don't give a damn what you little kids are cackling about over. I'm talking about boxing. You guys are on it. You guys need to get some. That's what's going on.
Nigga, you talk about 2 guys and those are not
like that. Okay, listen. Here's what you do. Instead of a session of Wilder, take your lady out. Do that.
How about you take them 2 guys out that you've been doing it with for the longest?
You guys got some pent up energy.
Hold on.
What you need to do is release that.
Well,
you need some pent up energy.
Smoke, does Wilder need to give you a lap dance to calm you down? Does Wilder have to give you a lap dance to calm you down?
I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to improve your quality of life. Yeah, I'm mad.
Not if you got hella guys and you've been doing it with 2 niggas for the life. Like, come on, pause, nigga.
Well, let me ask you,
are you still homoerotic nonsense, bro? How homophobic are you?
Oh my God!
I ain't homophobic at all. I'm trying to help you out,
bro. Oh my God! Stop, Charles! Stop it all the way.
Smoke.
You need to pause all the way.
I don't want to scream, but I want to ask this dude something. So I'll wait till he's done having a fucking heart attack, and then I'll jump in.
What's up, Mark? Go ahead.
I just want to ask these dudes, like, do you get paid to be up Wilder's ass like this? I'm American from New York. Let me ask the question. I'm American from New York.
I heard the question. I'm answering the question.
6 years ago.
How many? I heard the question. Can I answer it?
Jesus Christ, Smoke.
Go ahead.
Smoke,
Yes,
give him a
go ahead,
chance.
answer it. I was gonna put some context to this shit, but go ahead, just answer it.
Go ahead, Marcus. Go ahead.
Wilder actually got me back into boxing. I was a huge Mike Tyson fan. There wasn't shit going on with this Klitschko. He's just fucking whack. I ain't like his style. You know, the whole shit. I seen a Wilder fight, and I seen his record, 30-0, 30 knockouts. And I seen the fight, and I seen him blast this fucking dude out in one round. I was like, yes, a fucking American champion again. So I started watching boxing. This is how I got back into watching boxing again. Coming on YouTube, looking this dude up. Okay? 4 or 5 years later, I see the way this dude's shaking and moving. I'm like, what the fuck is this punk whack bull shit? You know what I'm saying? How could you not see the way this dude shakes and moves? It's fucking bullshit. His whole career is a fucking hype job. He fights fucking bums, does nothing. How could you not fucking see this? It's mind-boggling how he has these fucking fans that are so like crazy about this guy. What the fuck is the deal with the craziness about this dude? He's a fucking bum basher. That's the bottom line, period. There's nothing else about this guy. End of story. It's easy to fucking see for anybody with 2 eyes.
It's on you, Smoke. Your floor. The bum back.
Come on, Johnny Cochran.
Holy shit.
Come on, Smoke.
Come on, Johnny Cochran.
Oh, wait. Smoke's going to come back and say, I didn't hear what you said.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
he lost. It's convenient. It's convenient. It's convenient how he lost service.
Yeah.
This dude, he brought me back into boxing, so there's no fucking way I can be biased towards Wilder, hate him for any reason. I like him for bringing me back, but then watching the way he just moves is garbage, pure garbage.
Can I respond?
I wish you would, because I would love to know the crazy about this dude.
I'm trying to, but I don't know if you're done or not.
Go ahead, Smoke.
Okay, cool.
I'm muted. Go ahead.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, for me, all of them are bum bashing. So I don't know why singling out Wilder. I don't think any of these guys are fighting particularly tough competition. I think the best competition for the top 3 guys is each other. I was very surprised. I'm not very surprised that Fury beat Wilder. I was very surprised that Ruiz beat AJ. Right, the 3 guys are the guys that I want to see mix it up.
AJ is still considered a prospect.
Listen. If you want to talk about how a guy develops and what he takes to get to a point, we can do that. But I've been watching boxing longer than like Mike Tyson. Okay, so let me give you my bona fides.
I guarantee I'm older than you. I'm trying to act like you've been watching it longer than me. No,
Muhammad Ali got me into boxing, right? So all of these dudes are fucking funny to me, including Mike Tyson. So even your favorite dude, to me, is funny as fuck with a padded resume, fighting a bunch of bums. But whatever. But this is the times we're living in. Vladimir Klitschko, to me, is a complete bum with a complete padded resume. But you know what? He's going to the Hall of Fame. So who am I to fucking denigrate? Everybody's got their preferences. I ain't mad at this era we live in.
All right, that's fine, but you don't gotta act like a fucking radical. You act like a fucking religious radical Wilder fan. The way you guys defend this fucking dude, just say what it is. Then say, okay, everybody's fighting bums. Don't try to fucking boost him up. Just say every's fighting bums. Then
and if he make a bitch move,
I think you have me mixed up with somebody else. First off, you sound
like the regular same Wilder fucking fanatic.
The only thing that I come out and say is when we don't know what the fuck is going on, why is the knee jerk intuitive reaction? Wilder's on some bullshit.
All right, fuck. Forget the tweet.
It's not even why. I know why. I know why. I absolutely know why. I know that you guys need for me to be the villain because you don't want to look in the mirror. But just look in the mirror, dude. Just look in the mirror.
Okay, forget the tweet. Forget the tweet, right? Why does after Wilder lose to Fury, we all know he lost, whether you want to say he fucking drew or whatever, if that you probably think he drew because you're a Wilder fanatic. Anyway, after he lost to Fury in the first fight, he broke his arm in camp. Like, why can't he just say he had an off night, bro? I'll be back. I'm gonna beat this guy's ass.
Oh no!
gotta-
Okay, so I hate Wilder's fucking after fight explanation. I hate him, whether he wins or loses. I don't like the fact, like half the
Okay,
shit that
so
he
you
says.
admit that.
I don't
Okay.
like half the shit that he says. I'm like, well, okay, that's interesting. I don't know anybody who's giving interviews talking about I want to give birth.
All right.
Don't know
so,
anybody doing that.
so you brought
all
up Mike
Wilder.
Tyson.
That is all Wilder. The fact that Wilder wants to give you explanations in wins and losses, that's all him. But you know what? You know who else does it? Every other fucking person in sports. So I don't understand
when
why
AJ lost.
I don't understand why it's all this negativity hyped on Wilder. Just like,
all right, hold up, Smoke. Hold up. Jesus Christ, y'all two. Listen here, man. Smoke. You can't go on and on. You can anytime somebody like all of us is thrown, we set up here and we thrown different charges at Wilder. All of us hold on, Smoke. All of us can't be throwing false charges at Wilder, man.
We all can't just be hating the dude.
You shooting down every single person and every charge that we throwing at Wilder.
That ain't true. I disagreed with his in-ring statements about breaking his arm. I'm not disagreeing with everything. When I agree with what you're saying, I say I agree with that, and this is how I feel about it. When I disagree, I say I disagree with you, and I'm pointing out that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about while I'm disagreeing with you. But you're mad that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and now it's about my fandom, not the fact that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, why you mad?
Wow.
Right now it's about my emotional state. Right?
Hold on,
Why you deflecting?
Let me ask him about the whole bum bashing thing.
Why you deflecting? Now it's bum bash. Why you deflecting? I thought we
No,
talking
let me
about
ask you because you said they're all bum bashing, right?
Right? Man, get the fuck because I said you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Now is why you mad?
Dude, don't even get involved in this. He's trying to avoid the shit that I'm about to ask him. He's trying to avoid the shit I'm about to ask him. He's trying to get to arguing with you to avoid the shit.
No, I'm not avoiding nothing. Go ahead, ask away.
Because you talked about the bum bashing. All right, get I'm mute.
Hold on for a second. Now, Smoke. I ain't avoiding or deflecting anything. I said what I had to say. The man didn't say nothing to my boy, Tyson Fury, who was talking shit to him, calling him out, all of that. I ain't deflected from this. I said by him coming out saying anything to my boy, it was a bitch move. And you don't want to accept that. I ain't deflecting on nothing else. Now go ahead, Marcus. Go ahead, tell him what you had to tell him, son.
Well, I was gonna get on you a little bit because you keep saying my boy Fury, but he pulling bitch moves too, man.
Yeah, but see, I sit up here and say he pulling.
No, I'm not
Fury.
We'll talk about that later because we don't even have to argue about it.
The actual situation that you're championing is a bitch move. Like if he's supposed to go back and forth with Tyson Fury because Tyson Fury's talking shit, they gotta fight, man.
When
Smoke. Tyson Fury's not heard anything from Deontay Wilder.
They're not fighting.
That's why he's calling him out.
They're
not fighting.
They haven't heard anything on social media.
They're not fighting, Smoke. I don't know what the hell you think you
okay, they're not
fighting.
fighting. Okay,
they're not fighting.
Right.
But anyway, back to the bum bashing, right? Mike Tyson bum bashing. Vladimir Klitschko bum bashing, whatever. That's irrelevant, right? We're talking about the three heavyweights right now. Fuck the back. I'm talking about he got me back into boxing because I thought I saw this new American fucking monster. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so you're talking about they're all bum bashing, right? But yet, AJ, he's not bum bashing. He's beating the top 10 guys inside of 30 fights, inside of 5 years as a professional. Your boy Wilder is a professional for 10 fucking years. He hasn't broke into the top 10 in competition until his 38th fight. All right? When he won the title in his 32nd fight, his manager also had Klitschko as a manager. There was nothing in the way of that fight. And they said, we aren't in a rush. He's still a prospect. He's still a prospect at 32 fucking fights in. So what does Anthony Joshua right now in his 26th fight? Answer this. Is he still a prospect? Because he has less boxing experience, less amateur experience, less years experience, less pro experience, less every fucking thing under the sun. But yet he has three titles and went to fucking fight.
Hold on. Let me chime in for a second. No, Smoke. No, hold on, Smoke. I know, but no, Smoke. Hold on.
Why hold on.
Honestly, because Dillian White has the least experience out of them all.
Okay,
Well, I'm
great.
talking about Dillian White. I'm asking about AJ right now.
If I can interject,
I would love to hear
AJ had more amateur experience. While Wilder has been boxing as a professional 10 years, that's true. He's been boxing a total of 13 years. Total. Yes, 10 of those years have been as a professional. He had 1 year of tournament experience before turning pro. What the dude did was learn on the job. And if you look at his first fight, let me finish. I'm not done. I'm almost done. If you look at his first fights, you'll see that there were a bunch of fights that ended in the first round. So while he was getting a number of fights, he wasn't actually getting any experience. Look at his first 30 fights. There's like maybe 1 or 2 fights that went 3 rounds.
Well, how about put him in with harder guys then?
He actually didn't have a lot of in-round experience.
So why not put him in with better guys as he's knocking out these?
Because he kept knocking them out.
No, because you can put him in with better guys. There's better guys you can put him in with.
Right. Okay. So there was a couple of better guys that he could have been with. One of them name was Alexander Povetkin. Why wasn't he in the ring with Alexander Povetkin?
Because he ran home from Heathrow Airport the minute they heard anything.
Why did he go home? Does he live in Russia or does he live in Heathrow? Why did he go home?
Because he didn't even give the fucking chance for the B sample to be tested. Povetkin was found innocent and got paid $4 million. So obviously he ran home for fucking. He shouldn't have ran home. That's why he had to pay for that.
You know when he went home? He went home when WBC canceled the fight.
Yeah, because he went home.
That's when he went home.
Because
when
he went home.
The fight, he went home because he doesn't live in Heathrow and he doesn't live in Russia.
You can't have a fight without a fighter.
Wait, they canceled the fight after he failed the test. It wasn't. They didn't cancel the fight because Wilder went home. They canceled the fight because he failed the test.
He failed for a substance that was just on the list as being okay to be used.
The WBC still canceled the fight.
Nah.
So why didn't Wilder push for the rematch? Why didn't Wilder push for that fight?
So why didn't he pay $4 million and not fight again and reschedule it? Why didn't just pay him the $4 million and walk away?
Why not reschedule that fight?
First off, at that point, Alexander Povetkin had a bunch of explaining to do, which took months.
No, he was found innocent, bro. Once they passed
after the months of investigation.
So why not reschedule?
He was never found innocent. First off, he was never found innocent. He was never found innocent.
So why not reschedule?
$4 million.
What?
Why
not reschedule?
$4 million?
Okay, so there's 2 separate questions. Which one would you like for me to answer?
Innocent. Why did he pay him $4 million?
He didn't pay him $4 million. The $4 million was an escrow that was paid by the Russian promoter when he won the purse bid.
No, they won for $7 million. Al Heyman couldn't.
No, he wasn't. He didn't win for $7 million. It was a money. He was trying to get his money back, right? Because they had failed the test, and he was trying to get the money out of escrow. That was his right. And the reason why they left the money out of escrow is because Mauricio Suleiman said that he didn't know if that amount that was in Alexander Povetkin's blood was actually would actually enhance his performance. They asked the WBC president a science question, and he didn't know. And so they went, and so they released the money. That's what happened.
Protection plan. Just set a protection plan.
Why does Wilder always find a way to weasel out of the big fights, folks? Answer.
Okay. Why do you find a way to blame Wilder for shit that he ain't doing?
Oh my God.
Question. Right? I got your hater ass premise. I'm picking up on your hater ass premise. And
Wilder's fault.
Y'all gotta get the hate out your heart. You just gotta get the hate out your heart.
Smoke. Your boy pull bitch move after bitch move, and you sit up here and
okay. So why did the rematch take a year to come? Why did we see Otto Wallen and Tom Schwartz? If Wilder was trying to weasel out of the
amateur.
Okay, all right, I got it.
AJ didn't start boxing until he was 18.
So in your mind, the bag went to the WBA president, right? They paid the WBA president to call Alexander Povetkin so Wilder could weasel out the fight. Is that your narrative?
No, right, okay. Let me talk. Let me talk.
All right, go ahead.
Wilder weaseled out of the fucking fight because he had the contract for a fucking number of days, knowing that the WBA was pushing for that fucking mandatory. Eddie Hearn told them they need to sign that fucking contract so they can get the fight because the WBA needed to know if the fight was going to happen. Wilder refused to. They waited and waited and waited, and the WBA got up and said, "You know what? Fuck this shit. we're going to call the mandatory. That is exactly what happened. So he weaseled out of the fucking fight. They knew they had a lot of, they knew the WBA was pushing for the mandatory. And the WBA said, right, we'll give you an exemption, but these contracts need to be signed by this certain date. And Wilder and his team knew that. They waited and waited and waited. The WBA thought, fuck this shit, we're going to call our mandatory. So don't come with that bullshit, Smoke. Stop it.
Okay, all right, all right. Are you done with your bullshit? You said the same thing.
What's up,
4 times.
ringside boxing? Smoke on that bullshit up here. What's up, ringside boxing?
Okay, yeah. All right. So first off, the contract that Eddie was having extension for took 3 weeks to show up, right? So a contract that Eddie took 3 weeks to produce, Wilder has for 1 week, right? He can't look at it. Okay, if you guys ever find a contract, if you guys ever get a contract, look it over. Look it over. That's all I'm trying to tell you.
I've looked it over.
Look it over. Find out what it is that's the problem in the contract,
I've looked it over.
Get those clauses fixed. And let me tell you something. Also, if you want to have a fight, what you do is you file an exemption, not an extension, not a number of extensions. What you do is you say, I need an exemption because I'm going to make this undisputed fight.
They refused the exemption.
No, he didn't file
They
it.
had the extension because they can't have an exemption.
Okay,
No, they can't have an exemption without a contract being signed by somebody else.
You already made up one thing.
Smoke. They can't have an exemption without another fight being signed. They didn't know if Wilder was going to take the fight. So I'm not making shit up. They had to file an extension to try and get the fight signed.
You're making it up.
AJ had 8 more amateur fights than Wilder. AJ had 8 more amateur fights than Wilder. You said AJ had a way more extensive amateur record.
I said extensive tournament experience. I didn't say a number of fights. I said extensive tournament experience. Years more, actually. Wilder had 1 year of tournament experience. 1.
What years? What the fuck are you talking about? He started professional fight. He started fighting. He walked into the gym at 18 years old. He started fighting amateur at 20 years old. Went to the fucking Olympics and turned pro. Came out of the pros, started fighting, collected a belt in his 14th fight, 15th fight. Shaking and moving, fighting. He got better on the job because he was fighting better opponents. You want to know why Wilder sucks? Because he fucking fought bums and never gained any experience.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Listen, here's really what I'm gonna just put this thing to bed, right?
There's nothing to put to bed. I don't even want to hear your bullshit. I don't even fucking care what you have to say. There's nothing you can say.
So am I gonna be able to talk?
Tell your fucking bullshit.
I'm talking about. I got you, dude. You just go make some more shit up so you cover up to hate on Wilder. I got it.
What shit did I make up? I'm using facts.
Like straight up, Eric. You said 3 things that are just factually not true. Right, okay. But whatever. I mean, but I'm going to take this guy's opinion, right? So, like I said, AJ had more extensive amateur tournament,
extensive
amateur tournament.
Okay,
that's personally right. Also, let me say, can I get this out? Can I get this out or no? So the other thing about it is Wilder was a heavyweight as an amateur. AJ was a super heavyweight in the amateurs. You know what that means? He's big. He already started off bigger than the fucking guys. That's
what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
I'll tell you how. Let me. Okay, so do you not know? Okay, so are you trying to say that there's not weight classes for a reason? But anyway,
but what the fuck does it have anything to do with it? They didn't fight each other.
I got it. But let me keep going. So your assertion was AJ was fighting better.
Headache. I can't stand stupidity. It hurts my brain.
I know. I got it. So I don't know why you're talking then. Like, listen, if you're gonna keep it, look, if you're gonna start throwing insults, dude, you sound like Mike Tyson. Just stop it.
Yeah. One of the greatest fighters in history. That's what it sounds like. Thank you very much. I'll take that as a compliment.
Let Smoke get his bullshit off. Let him get it.
Now let me finish my point. Right. So if you're saying he's fighting better competition on the way up, they fought some of the same guys on the way up. At what point would you say he was fighting better competition? When he fought Dillian Whyte? Because that was his actual 15th fight, and Dillian Whyte was unranked anywhere except for it was for a regional title. Is that what you're saying was his big step up, or was it Charles Martin, the world beater? That was his big step up fight.
Okay, so why didn't Wilder fight Charles Martin? In-house fight for another title. Why didn't Wilder fight Charles Martin?
Now you're changing the subject. I thought we were talking about bums. I thought we were talking about level of competition.
Hey,
Now
that's
you want to
because you
switch the
brought it
subject,
up.
right?
You brought
Yeah,
Charles
that's the
Martin
whole
up,
point.
bro.
Is that you guys
can't
don't know what to
can't
talk about
defend that.
because you're
Can
just
I go?
intuitively hating on Wilder. That's it.
Let me
All
go,
right, all right, hold on, hold on.
I'm in the
Yeah.
UK, so I can tell you. Yeah, those fights, what you say, while Joshua never stepped up. Every single fight, Joshua stepped up in competition. Every fight gave a different style of opponent, different difficulties to go through. Every
Different
single fight, different. Dillian Whyte also beat AJ in the amateurs, so the fight was a big fight. So he did step up, and it proved it because he struggled in that fight against Dillian Whyte. Even though he knocked him out, he still stepped up. Every single fight had a different element. Whoever Wilder fought, every single fight had the same shit. Someone turn up, put a pair of gloves on, and get knocked the fuck out for no reason. There was
That's
no
because that's what Wilder
experience.
turned him into. But and
What?
AJ could not do
No,
it.
it wasn't what Wilder
AJ,
turned him
listen,
into. It's who he was in there
I
with.
got your narrative. I got your narrative, dude. Like I got you. Jason Gavin was a big step up for AJ, but it wasn't a big step up for Wilder, even though they fought the same dude, right? I got
Yeah,
Oh,
and Wilder
what?
fought him in his
At what
27th fight.
time?
Wilder
Right,
fought him in
because
his
he's knocking
27th
everybody on the
fight, and
fucking first
AJ fought him
round.
in his 12th fight.
Right. So
12th
a guy
fight,
that's supposed
fight.
to give him a look gets knocked out, and that means what? The guy's supposed to give him rounds, and he gets knocked out. How is that Wilder? How is that like bad man? Brazil was the
Smoke.
mandatory, got knocked in one round.
Smoke.
Guys get knocked out in one round by the guy because he has power.
Smoke.
Why
We're
can't he
talking
disappreciate
about, as you're coming up, the better competition. He fought Jason Gavin in what fight? What fight?
27th.
What number fight did
Oh
he
my
have?
God! Okay,
27.
okay. So you want to do this? Let's do a round count. Let's see how many rounds Wilder actually fought when he fought Jason Gavin. Did he have like 12 rounds under his belt?
I don't know.
I know
if he
you don't
knocked
know.
everybody out in the first
I know
round,
you don't
he
know.
would have
Because
27 rounds.
if you want to have this whole conversation about experience and the way a fighter develops, why don't you do your research first? Because
I have done my research.
It actually matters.
I don't need to do my research. I know the records. I've looked this shit up already.
Let me tell you something. Vladimir Klitschko was professional 14 years before he fought for a real belt. 14 years.
Let me say this real quick, bro.
And
let me say
AJ
this
fought
real
him in
quick.
his 17th
Hold on, bro.
Great. That's great for AJ. That's great for AJ. What does that have to do with Wilder?
He never fought him.
Great. That's great for AJ. What's that got to do with Wilder? Why is Wilder compared to what AJ does? What nobody else is compared to what AJ does. Why is Wilder compared to what AJ does?
They are.
Yeah,
no, Tyson Fury. Okay, so
you said everybody's bum bashing, and I'm proving
correct. They are everybody. I get it. I get it.
Hold on, bro.
Damn it! I just muted Marcus. Hold on for a second, guys. Let me introduce Hefe. What's up, Hefe?
For fuck's sake!
Yeah, what's going on, Eric? Get the smoke. Non-Virtuoso and Marcus. I don't know your last name, bro. I can't say it, bro. But let me say this real quick, bro, because I see a lot of Deontay Wilder hating right now going on, bro.
D, what you done this shit for?
Nah, bro, because I see a lot of people. I see a lot of people trying to compare Deontay Wilder's resume to AJ's and Tyson Fury, but you can't really do that, bro. You can't really compare these fighters.
You're right.
You got to look at what they've done so far, bro. You can't compare, man, because Deontay Wilder came up different, bro. Deontay Wilder started late in boxing, man.
So did AJ.
He was
That's
a
why it's a
knockout.
great comparison.
So did AJ.
That's why it's a great
Hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. Don't cut me out, bro. Chill out, bro. Know who you speaking to, bro. Hold on, bro.
I do. I'm one of the biggest morons out there. Go ahead.
Shut your bitch ass up, bro. Let me speak, bro. You a hoe, bro. You ain't about shit, bro. I'll knock you the fuck out, bro.
Right, hold on.
I'm shaking. I'm
Hold on,
fucking shaking
Yo,
right now.
Queefe.
Hefe would knock me out.
Hey, Marcus,
Fuck
Marcus,
out of here.
Hey, Marcus. Oh,
I'm gonna mute myself. Good.
I don't even I don't allow that shit on this panel, fam. Don't go at nobody like that. So I ain't even go because I usually kick El Jefe off for that, but you don't even know you're new on this panel. Like I don't even allow nobody to directly go at nobody else, bro. We keep it boxing. Y'all can fuck around with the boxing talk, all that shit, but like I don't do that type shit up here. So El Jefe already know the rules, and El Jefe, your dumb ass like 2 seconds from getting kicked off. You'll chill with that shit. But we ain't gonna have all that back and forth about that. It's only boxing talk. Y'all go back and forth all y'all want about it.
God.
All right, go ahead.
Bro, you a bitch, bro. I'm gonna knock your bitch ass out, bro. Whenever I see you.
Bye.
Tell you, dog. Goodbye. See you. Gone for the day. Yeah, you're out of here. You're out of here. I have faith. God damn it. So anyway, man, y'all start
You guys can hear me?
Y'all did that on purpose to get El Jefe out of here, man.
You guys hear me?
Control yourself,
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah, man,
man.
stop lying. You guys are you fabricating shit. WA didn't grant exemption. Man, get the fuck out of here. Stop with the Bush League bullshit. Dude, just stop
All
it.
right.
The WBA
All right,
president
go back
said
on the couch.
all you had to do was file a fucking exemption. Instead, they kept doing extensions. And then
he didn't sign the contract. This facts.
Okay,
he
yeah, I
didn't
got
sign
it.
the
And you know
contract.
what? He also
That's the fact
you
of
know
the
what? He
matter
also
is.
didn't
You can
back
say
out.
what you want to say. He
Yeah, I
did
got
not sign the contract.
Yeah, you got it. And you know
But
what?
yeah,
He also
like
didn't
Ian
do.
Cohn said, Wilder gave AJ 24 hours to accept a fight, but he had a contract for a week and he couldn't sign that shit.
Right. He said, first off,
Okay,
he said
okay.
he sent the revisions, right? And he said, now that you fixed the revisions, see, here's the thing. You can laugh and laugh all you want, but if you ever get a contract, what you do is you read it, and then you send back the revisions, and then you get it back. That's actually how business works. It's not because
I own
you
a business. I own a construction business. I know how contracts work, bro.
You don't give somebody a timeline and then say,
so Wilder's first 50 million offer wasn't right then.
If you're gonna give somebody a timeline, you give it to them at the time you give them the contract. Tell them
admitting
you
the
have
$50
1
million
week to get this contract, and
was
then what you
bullshit.
do is you tell them you have 1 week. But from the time of this contract, before the WBC has a extend the ruling, what you don't do is file an exemption and then hold on for the contract for 3 weeks and then give the guy a week to sign it without telling him the exemption is going to expire in a week. The extension is going to expire in a week. That's what you don't do.
Smoke. How do you know that got said? How do you know all that didn't get said? Please tell me. How do you know Deontay Wilder didn't get told and Shelly Filkill didn't get told the WBA is up our ass, we need this contract back? How do you know these things didn't get said?
Because both Shelly Finkel and Eddie Hearn said that they didn't know.
What?
Eddie Hearn said that he didn't know. So how the hell is he going to tell Shelly Finkel said he didn't know. So how the hell is Eddie going to tell him?
That we have to have
they both said they didn't know.
He said it many times.
He said what many times?
In many fucking IFL interviews, he would say to Coogan, "We only got 3 weeks. We only got a month. WBA's on our ass for our mandatory. We need to know."
Yep.
They know that. He said it many times, bro.
All right. So he said that after the fact. He didn't say that during the conversation.
No, he didn't. He was saying it before.
Oh my God. Come on,
all right. So here, all right.
Smoke.
Oh my God.
All right. So do I need to now produce the articles where Eddie Hearn said
everything?
He was
you don't need articles. We've got interviews.
I got it. You got interviews, right?
Smoke.
So the point of contention. I'm listening. I'm all here.
Have you heard of denial, fam? Have you heard of denial?
You mean that river? You mean that river in Egypt?
No, not
that's
Stop it. Have you heard of hater? Have you heard of hater? Have you heard of deflection? Have you heard of deflection? Have you heard of pivot?
Have you
heard of dick riding?
Listen, I'm here
Why
for you
would
guys.
I be a hater of Wilder when he got me back into boxing?
Here for you guys. Listen. I understand that I'm dealing with a cadre of guys who, for whatever reason, don't want to give they want to suspend their own critical thinking for their biases. Got it.
You let your fandom decide to judge.
Why would I hate Wilder?
The only problem I have for real is making shit up.
Why would I hate Wilder for bringing me back into boxing?
What have I made up?
Why would I hate Wilder for bringing me back into boxing?
Okay. Okay, so do you want me to address all of you as a group or individually? Because I'm going to address everyone first.
First address, what did I make up? What did I make up? This say what Marcus made up.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you what you made up. You made up that Wilder was talking to Dillian Whyte. That's what you made up.
Okay.
And then you went off with this whole tirade based on some conclusion that you drew. That's what you made up. And I'll tell you what Eric made up. What Eric made up was a couple of things. First, he said that the WBA denied their exemption. And then he also said that you need to file an extension before you get an exemption. Both of those things are not true.
And
those are completely fabricated, made up things.
What did Marcus make up?
The fact that Wilder brought me back into boxing. I actually like Wilder. Why am I biased against Wilder? The guy who brought me back into fighting.
Oh, you're biased against Wilder saying he bashes bums when everybody bashes bums.
No, I just proved what everybody don't bash bums.
But no, you didn't. You just said that. You didn't say it. You didn't prove it. Takam's a bum. Molina's a bum. Brazil's a bum. Shall I go on? Whyte was a bum at the time. Jason Gavin was a bum. Yes, he fought bums. As a champion and on his way up.
But technically, according to Wilder and you guys, he's still a prospect, AJ. Because Wilder was still a prospect in his 32nd fight. AJ's only got 26 fights. So he's technically still a prospect. He's allowed to bash bums. According to you.
That's your thing. You asked me why I said you were biased, and I told you. Now you're going off into some other thing that I didn't say. You're some other fan. Go argue with that fan about that thing. All I'll say to you is that it doesn't matter how many fights you have when you're talking about experience.
Yes, it does. That's how you get it.
Not if you're ending fights in the first round.
Smoke, hold up, bro. I'm gonna let you already told us what we made up. So it's a counseling session. I'm trying to help you get off the Wilder, Smoke. So I'm gonna tell you how we didn't make this up. Now I'm gonna start. Smoke, it's just simple. I didn't make up a story about Wilder talking to Dillian Whyte. It has to be implied. You just don't want to accept it. So you have to put the pipe down, put the Wilder pipe down, and accept the fact that this man was talking to Dillian Whyte.
Okay, yeah, one of us is wrong.
It's my turn. He was talking to Dillian Whyte with this glace shit, and it was out of line. It was a bitch move because he should have been talking to Fury about when we're gonna have this fight. Smoke. You gotta accept that. No, Marcus, tell him.
Let me go. No, let me go.
Okay, go ahead, Eric. Explain to him. We gotta help.
You said I made up the exemption thing. They needed to. They filed for an extension because the WBA was not willing to cancel the mandatory for no fight. They need. No, let me talk. Let me talk.
You already said it. You guys are just repeating yourself. I already heard it.
Yeah, but you said I made it up. You're telling me I made it up.
Go ahead, Eric. Finish.
I didn't make it up. They had to file for an extension.
Go ahead, Eric. Good
God. They had to file for an extension because Eddie Hearn was trying to get this fight signed with Wilder, and he asked for an extension. The WBA didn't really want to give him it, but because it was going to be for the undisputed, the WBA said, okay, you have literally a month to get this signed. If it's not done by this date, it's not happening. I'm not making that shit up. Eddie Hearn has said it in plenty of interviews. No, I ain't. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
As you go along, please provide a link that shows that.
No, I'm not.
No,
I'm not.
Anything. A single word of what you said.
Okay, all right, Smoke. It's Marcus' turn to try to speak.
I don't think I need to. I've already told this guy. Wilder brought me back into boxing. If anything, I should thank the guy for bringing me back in. Boxing was dead for fucking how many years? I'll go. I don't want to get on about Mayweather, but he fucked it up. Everybody turned into a diva because of Mayweather. Everybody wanted big money. We didn't see no fight, so I was like, "Fuck boxing. It's just garbage." I see this guy brings me back into boxing, so I'm like, I love Wilder. I'm talking about to everybody. Yo, you see this big fucking guy? He's knocking everybody out. He's American heavyweight. I'm even promoting Wilder to other people and shit like that. And then 2-3 years later, I just see it. I'm like, what the hell is this garbage? That's it. Period. There's no. You see what he does. He fights bums. Period. They protect them. The PBC. That's why fighters sign with the PBC to get the protection plan. They fight a bunch of bums. They make a bunch of money, and they avoid fights for as long as they can. They finally make the fight. They fucking lose and they disappear. That's what's gonna happen to Wilder. If he fights Fury again and loses, he's gone. Period. We won't even fucking talk about this guy another year from now.
What you think, Smoke?
I think that again, you have drawn a conclusion, and apparently, instead of just saying, yes, this is a conclusion that I'm drawing from whatever set of facts that I'm drawing from, and this is my conclusion, you are presenting your opinion and your conclusion as fact. And saying
no, I'm not saying it's somehow fact,
and saying that I am somehow delusional. All of a sudden now I need an intervention because I'm noticing that your conclusion has a bad data set in it, right? So that's all that is. As far as the guy hating on Wilder because he let him down and he seems like a bitter ex-fan. Sorry for you. Sorry for your loss or whatever it is you thought Wilder was going to be, didn't pan out to be. Whatever. All I'm telling you is there's a lot of bum bashing going around. I don't think you need to single out the PBC or Wilder or anything. There's a bunch of cherry picking. The boxing is what boxing is right now. As far as Eric is concerned, bruh, just bring the link. It's just nonsense, really.
Oh my God!
No problem.
Well, guys,
No problem.
well, look, let's do this. Virtuoso Marcus. I guess this session of the intervention with Smoke is a failure. We cannot get him off the Wilders.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna let everybody
You
get their
can't.
closing thoughts because I gotta go start another live soon. Marcus, give me some closing thoughts, fam.
there's really nothing more to say, and I just hope. Oh, I wanted to actually talk to you because you need to get on your boy Fury too, because we know he's not fighting Wilder this year. We know that already. Right. And then he said he wasn't going to fight AJ either. He's going to take a tune-up.
Pause out. Let me stop you right there, buddy. Just go back. Just go back to a few lives ago. I've already done that. So just go have a listen and you'll be satisfied. But,
okay, I will.
Yeah. No doubt. That's how I do mine. I'm not like Smoke. See, I give my guys flame when they need to get that flame.
Man, boy, please.
Yeah. We've accepted the fact we can't get you off the Wilders. So let Virtuoso give me some closing thoughts. Virtuoso, give me some closing thoughts, man.
All I have to say is Wilder needs to fight better opponents. He needs to fight Dillian Whyte. He needs to get that shit done with Tyson Fury, fix on his game.
Oh shit. Was that me? Or was that him?
He's not muted. Maybe lagging.
I think he might have went out.
Yeah.
All right, Eric. Give me some closing thoughts, fam. You there, Eric? He got himself muted.
Yeah, I'm here. All right.
Give me some closing thoughts, Eric.
By the way, so Smoke, that I wasn't making shit up. They actually agreed terms on the contract, and they didn't reply and sign the contract within 7 days. They had already agreed terms. The contract was already being agreed on. Everything got agreed on. They just didn't sign the shit. So, and
remember? Didn't they both agree to something? There was one thing holding it up. Wasn't it a rematch clause?
Yeah,
there's a few things. The rematch clause is one of the few things that was wrong with the contract once they actually got it, that they're waiting on for 3 weeks, even though there's an extension. Instead of an extension.
They agreed on the contract,
wild,
Smoke.
Right? They read the contract, solves the problem, but whatever.
Hold on, Eric. Clear it up, Smoke, for us in your closing thoughts. Clear it up right now. Clear it up.
To clear it up, I think the trilogy is going to be awesome, and I hope that all three guys still get a chance to fight each other regardless of all of this shenanigans, because those are really the fights I want to see, so we can see who is the best. At this point, I think Fury, I edge him, but I need to see the trilogy, and AJ, who the fuck knows? Like, whatever. I want to see the fights. I'm happy about what the division looks like.
I'll tell you who knows.
I think for me, I'm gonna be supporting these guys. You guys can hate however and for whatever reasons you find suitable.
Just read the link.
I'm gonna keep trying to save you. I'm gonna keep trying to help you there.
Well, thank you,
Read the article.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Well, I'll give my closing thoughts. Wilder made a bitch move. No matter whether this dude or anybody else want to accept the fact that this big goofy motherfucker made a bitch move. Okay, you should have just stayed under that rock you was under and stayed silent until you either came out and signed a contract and announced the fight with Fury, or say something to Fury, or just shut your mouth. It was a bitch move, and for all of you Wilder fans that don't want to accept that it was a bitch move, so be it. Just understand this. Wilder, you should have shut up. You made a bitch move. And y'all know how I always did this thing. For the love of sport.
Peace.